love it. Anything that has to do like that. That's why Bloodborne's
I've totally seen this.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not completely oblivious to this. I have seen that picture actually. Oh, thank you. Grazie.
Welcome.
Howdily daddly. Hey, we get to actually start by 8:15.
Welcome to the stream.
Well, we actually are streaming.
Right now, at this moment.
Yeah, I started that early.
No audio though.
No audio, yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, audio.
Oh, okay.
Get set up so we can go.
No, you don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me anymore.
I thought I had the bourbon.
The bourbon?
I had a bourbon. It
Oh, the bourbon.
didn't go through. I was gonna.
They said the bourbon.
The
I was
bourbon.
Like, you got bourbon?
That's the bourbon.
I don't think that's the right.
No, it's vodka though.
If it was
vodka?
just, it was just straight vodka. I'm just like downing vodka like it's water.
Come on, guys, graduate.
Graduate.
You gotta put your mic on.
Yeah, I turned yours off so there's no echo.
Is that our new website?
No.
Aren't you number one?
He's number one.
I thought. Oh, sorry, it's been a little while. I was muted.
It has not been a little while. It's been 1 week.
No, I wasn't working this side.
Pull the mic closer.
It's true.
Is that better, Bernard?
Much better.
All right.
Okay, give me your checks. Give me your levels.
Check, mic check. Go ahead, con man.
Check.
Lower him.
Oh.
Ouch.
Ouch.
His voice is already low enough.
Okay.
Got the booming.
Check. Mic check.
Yeah, raise him.
Yeah, my voice is quiet.
And you remember,
Check.
Andrew,
Alright.
speak straight into the mic.
Speak straight into the mic.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. Like
No.
I'm.
Yeah,
Straight
when
in the
you
mic.
when you look at me, you
Are
gotta
you
do
sure?
this thing.
Talk again, man.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
You sound like you're
My-
echoing.
I'm not sure why.
I can hear it too.
Can you hear it too?
Yeah,
little bit.
you have an echo on you.
I wonder why. Is this still
There it is. There it is. Because the other mic was on and it was picking up.
There we go.
Ah.
So,
There we go.
mute 2, 3, mute 2 and 3, and keep me on. You guys coming into Goldfinger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You will have a stinger beforehand, and we'll start in 1 minute. Got it?
Got
Sounds
it.
great. Thank you, man.
I chose the Goldfinger.
Good job.
Do you recognize the song?
I do. It's from Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
It's,
It's like the best.
It's a good
gaming song
one.
ever.
I agree with you. This job.
You're
30 seconds, all clear.
You're listening to chaoticradio.com.
Welcome to the Kinda Gaming Show. Woo! Your
What's up,
weekly
everybody?
dose of kinda gaming, basically.
Yeah.
Today's a special day. We have a lot of stuff going on today. We have the very first edition of the Indie Game Club. Woo!
Yeah, you.
We have
Yay.
the three of us will be talking about our top 5 NES games
Oh.
and doing that. So that's pretty cool. And today's also the con man's birthday. Connor.
Hey, I
Hey,
forgot
everybody.
about that. Happy birthday.
Yes, thank
yeah,
you.
his balls have finally dropped.
About time.
Like it only took 25 years. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so how are you guys doing today?
Good.
Pretty good.
Not
I was
bad.
spending a few hours doing microeconomics, just studying, stuff like that.
What the fuck is that?
That's business management for you.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
That's the
Spend
greatest
hours
way
on-
to spend your birthday.
Yeah. What about you, Brunton?
I spent hours writing a text-based game for school.
Ooh.
That was kind of cool. I then played a fuck ton of Destiny.
Nice.
You know that happened this week.
Of course. Are you excited for Destiny 2?
That's what I was
No,
playing.
that's what he's playing.
Oh, I thought you
Destiny
just said
2.
you were playing Destiny.
I did. I just didn't throw in the 2. You got a
King.
problem?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, how about you be clear and concise on this goddamn radio show, Brunton?
Got to level 20 in Destiny 2.
Congratulations.
Damn, that's
days.
called
It was wonderful.
grinding.
Yeah.
How is it faster than the first game?
Grinding, yes.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that was a little bit of a issue in the first one.
yeah,
like,
they did a really cool thing with the way the world works
Mhm.
and the grinding aspect, I guess.
Oh,
You
nice.
can't buy legendary gear, so that's kind of annoying, but
I
regardless.
I heard shaders only do one piece of armor, and they only have one use.
Yeah, they're
What
weird.
the fuck is that?
I mean, they give you like 3 to 5 at a time, so it's not too bad, but at the same time, you're like, oh, well, I used it up and I get a better piece of gear. And
that
okay.
like defeats the purpose of a shader, though. Like you're supposed to be like, oh yeah, my armor.
I
that
know.
take some shit
I
ragtag
love-
armor and make it all one.
I love the fact that you can change each thing individually. Like, that is the coolest thing.
That is cool.
Except that it's binded to that piece of equipment.
Oh,
like-
that sucks.
Yeah, I got a
That's a
helmet
bummer.
and it was cool, and I'm like, I'm gonna shade this a little bit. Then on the next strike mission, I got a better one. I'm like, oh, well, there goes that shader.
There's something.
Does the game have a good sense of humor? I remember
It
when the
always
trailers were
does.
coming. I didn't play the first one, so when
Oh.
the trailers for the second one came out, I
You,
was very
like, did it?
surprised.
You might not like the second.
No, I didn't play Destiny at
That's
all.
okay.
Pourquoi?
I just
Pourquoi?
I don't know. It just never piqued my interest.
It's
like
okay.
I knew it would be a good game, but
Man,
Destiny 1 has one thing better than
Crazy.
Destiny 2,
what's that?
the PvP.
really?
The PvP in Destiny 2 is garbage.
The PvP,
Like, oh my god, I can go on a rant about how trash it is.
Like the PvP in
Fucking
Destiny
stupid.
1 wasn't the best.
I
Like,
loved
and well, I mean, it wasn't bad. I'll totally.
but you
not.
can play,
But it's like,
you could play the game.
but how could they like worse?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so it's 4v4. And their thought process was, oh, everybody's going to work as a team. It's like, no, it's Destiny. No one does that.
No one does that.
Secondly, if you're playing by yourself like me, you're fucked.
That's like trying to say people are gonna stay on the payload
Exactly.
in Overwatch.
Exactly.
Like,
Same thing.
doesn't happen unless you're like in platinum or higher.
Exactly. And the thing that really bothered me is I'm a hunter, so I'm all about speed and melee combat. First of all, they got rid of my shotguns, put it as a power weapon, so I have to wait 2 minutes to get 4 things of ammo.
Wow.
And if you're lucky enough to get close enough to them, it still takes 2 shots to kill them. It takes 4 melee hits to kill someone. I only know that because I hit somebody 3 times and they were still alive. I was very upset.
The way they did PvP, Destiny 2 is still in beta right now, right?
No,
Oh, is it actually out?
it came out on Tuesday.
Okay, never
Yeah.
mind then. I guess it's just fucked.
But the story's awesome. The environment is radical. The story missions are like a one-man strike each time. It's super fun. Like, I love doing the story and the just running around in the open world. PvP though,
Garbage.
it's garbage.
So just throw that out the
Stick
out-
to Overwatch, Destiny 1 PvP. You know, maybe
Mhm.
Trials will be better, but with keeping everybody at such a far distance, they really changed the entire game dynamic for PvP.
Trials is a great game, man. Like motorcycle.
Jeez.
No, I really like legitimately. I
know,
enjoy Trials.
I know, but you don't
know,
play Destiny.
The funny
So you
thing
don't know
about
what
it-
Trials of Osiris is.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but
Exactly.
Trials, the motorcycle game, is
get it.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was another thing. You can't select the game mode.
Wait, what?
It's all randomized. You click on PvP and it's like,
They fucked it up like the Master Chief Collection.
yeah,
Like,
I guess so. I didn't play that because
Well,
I don't have an Xbox.
well, like the Master Chief Collection, the problem was like it didn't have a group. What do you call it? Objective. They only
Oh.
had random list.
It's the worst.
And what happened is like, okay, they would put 3 different game modes up. Everyone chooses deathmatch.
But you get to vote.
Yeah, you vote, but everyone fucking chooses deathmatch.
That's
for some
better
reason.
than everything's random.
That's true. But then at the same time, it's like, you mean I'm never gonna play oddball ever
Yeah,
again?
right.
Like I don't even have the option to choose it.
Is it a part of the random though, or everybody votes,
It's
so they're not
it's
going to
just
vote
that
for
it's
it?
like you just play team or you play solo,
Oh,
and
I get
then
it.
there's no like, and then it gives you like 3 options. And for some reason, everyone wants to be MLG king and chooses
course.
deathmatch. No one chooses oddball. No one chooses
Yeah,
capture the flag.
That's the same thing in like any mainstream shooter.
Yeah.
You know, like when you see people playing Call of Duty, you don't like Team Deathmatch is the only thing people play.
I didn't
ever.
know there was anything else other than Team Deathmatch in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
'Cause
there
I don't
is.
play it.
There's like 10 different game modes, but no one gives a fuck.
You
The
know,
one-
that's the funny thing, because like in Call of Duty, like Black Ops 1, I would play, I would be playing, let's see, like Sticks and Stones and the gun game. I played One in the Chamber probably like more than any of the other random games.
Does that mean you get one bullet?
One bullet on a
Fuck
pistol.
that.
But if you get a kill, you get another bullet.
Yeah.
And if you do a melee kill, you get a bullet without using yours, and then you can have up to 3 in the
So
chamber.
what if you shoot someone and they don't die with your
It's a
bullet?
one-shot kill. It's like the golden gun in.
That does not kill anybody in one hit.
Well, let's put it this way.
If you're fighting a Titan, it does not kill
No.
anyone.
I mean the golden gun in Goldeneye.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was like, in Destiny, the golden gun, like your super, you get 3 shots.
Oh yeah.
And it takes 2 of those to kill a Titan.
Right.
It's garbage. It's bullshit.
it
They didn't
doesn't
fix
kill
that
everyone.
either.
But yeah, I'm talking about Goldeneye,
I
old school
getcha.
N64.
Yeah.
Pop shot. Dun-dun.
It wasn't
Man,
my jam.
I have not. I played it and I enjoy it, right? But I don't have that much experience with it. GoldenEye, I know it's a fantastic game and everyone loves it.
It was for the time.
was.
It's did not.
I know it
age
hasn't
well.
aged well.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well.
Just to be real, since I'm older than you guys by about 15 years, it was the best damn thing ever.
It wasn't.
It was the
It
shit.
was not.
I was like, I was like 4 or 6 years old. So
I was 20 something. So
There you go. Yeah.
Man,
But
you're
it
old.
was still badass. Like, me and my brothers played the shit out of it. And I played it probably up until I was like in 3rd grade.
I was still playing Doom.
But the thing
any
is,
Perfect Dark in there too?
yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perfect Dark's good.
Perfect Dark's still good.
Yeah, that holds
Yeah,
up.
that holds up. But like after playing other shooters, GoldenEye is really clunky.
Well, at the same time,
But-
like years before that, Wolfenstein and Doom came out, and it did a way better job.
Oh yeah.
than
I was gonna
GoldenEye.
say, however, GoldenEye, if you play it on PC,
right, there are
with,
mods
with
for it.
fucking mouse, it's fine. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
I've heard
it-
they
it-
fixed it.
Yeah, because that's the biggest problem, honestly, is because they were working out the controls of that old thumbstick back on the N64. So
it-
that's the root of the problem with GoldenEye.
If I remember correctly, don't you have to control with the C buttons, like the aim?
You use the C buttons to aim. If you want to do a close end shot, use the thumbstick to move around.
Yeah,
Or to strafe, you have to use the 4 camera buttons to strafe and
It's
stuff like
insane.
that.
yeah. It
I
was.
don't have 3 hands.
There was a
Right?
lot of beer involved and a lot of pizza involved at that
gotta-
time.
You know how so the N64 controller was already an abomination
Terrible,
of,
right?
of engineering. Like who the fuck like was Miyamoto like you control it with your dick?
Yeah.
Like no, but so when you're playing GoldenEye, you kind of do this little like cradling motion of just
So like cradling your balls.
It's like
well with your
holding-
dick.
yeah or 3. You just have 3 plastic dicks in your hand.
You know, that's actually funny. Growing up, when I got my PlayStation, it was either the PlayStation or the N64. My parents got me the PlayStation because they're like, you only have 2 hands.
Mhm.
And the PlayStation controller has
Two
handles.
actual handles.
So
Yeah.
they couldn't figure out how to hold the 64 controller either.
See, the funny thing is, like you were mentioning earlier, how like I'm a big Nintendo fan.
Yes.
But that's the thing. So I was fortunate enough that when I was a kid, we ended up getting like both systems, but it's mostly because like my siblings and stuff, we have like separate parents, but like same parents.
That
like,
makes sense.
Yeah. So the thing was, is my brother had the N64 and I had the PS1. So like as far as being a kid goes, it was Super Nintendo and PS1, and then he usually had the N64 at his dad's house. And then it would be over here. So it's like I got to play N64 and have fun with it, but it was like I grew up on PS1. Like,
Cool.
Like
Okay.
Gex was my favorite,
Hell
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gex?
Gex,
Yeah, dude,
Croc.
Gex is the shit. Did you ever play Gex?
I've never played Gex.
Oh
I know
But
what
you
Gex
know about
is.
it?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I
good.
know what
Right,
Gex is.
Crystal Dynamics, yeah.
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics, people that make the new Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
going to say the new Tomb Raider.
But yeah, so it's like the funny thing is like going off that is I never as a kid I was always like what the fuck like as a kid brain but whatever
Yeah.
what the fuck's wrong with this controller, you know?
Yeah. Did he bang it on the wall, try to get one of the handles off so
Yeah,
it works
and then,
like a normal
and then
thing?
PlayStation introduced thumbsticks that worked,
Yeah.
and then they had buttons inside them.
Yay, DualShock.
Right?
Yeah, DualShock was the shit. And
Still is.
and it's the same shit. They used it up until PS3, and then even on PS4, it's technically the same thing. Just
It
a
works
little
better
tweak.
because of the hands. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
bigger.
I love the
Remember
PS4
they tried to take it
controller.
away in PS3 with that stupid boomerang controller?
Oh,
The
yeah.
front foot motion sensors
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
They wanted
Well, it still
to-
had the analog sticks. It was just a funny
No,
shape.
the boomerang though.
Yeah,
was
it
gonna
was
have
a big
little. It was
silver.
gonna have little ones.
Oh.
yeah,
yeah.
it was a cluster.
It was like, no,
That's why it
don't-
never came
don't
out.
ruin a good thing, Sony.
But they listened.
They listened.
didn't.
They did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean yeah, absolutely. God, Gex. I don't know why. Like, I know it's probably a good game, but it's not one of those games people talk about very
Dude,
much.
4 of the best games on PlayStation. Crash Bandicoot, obviously. Spyro the
Sure.
Dragon, Croc, and Gex.
Boom. See?
All
Dude,
third-person
Croc.
action adventure games.
I didn't hear Parappa the Rapper and Jumping
Parappa the Rapper.
Flash.
Shit.
Different. I'm talking about
Kick,
third-person
Punch,
action
it's
adventure
all in the
games.
mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I could keep that going, but
Are
let's
they bringing
stop.
that back?
They
They-
had
Oh,
a
they
HD
released-
remake. Yeah.
Yeah, heard about that.
Yeah, when we were at GameStop, the Sony rep came in,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she was totally pumping out Parappa the Rapper.
Nice.
Yeah, like that's the most random thing.
No,
like
he's making a comeback, dude. Check the internet.
check the I don't the
He's-
internet. What's that?
Sorry, Tumblr.
the information superhighway.
Oh, okay.
He's making a comeback.
The World Wide Web.
Yes.
No, seriously, that
The
surprises me
WWE.
about Gex because you were like, oh, no one talks about it. But anyone I know who's a PlayStation fan puts Gex there. Like,
Because
that's,
that was like raunchy for the time.
yeah, it was raunchy,
A lot of
and
sex
it was
jokes.
one of those.
Wait.
Gex was one of the people they
Gex.
tried to make like a video game icon. Like, you went into like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and shit, and there's like giant 20-foot cardboard cutouts of him
Yep, right next to Tomb Raider. Or
Yeah.
Laura Croft, sorry.
with her like
Giant
huge
polygonal.
pointy ones.
Man, PS1, like maybe it's just the crowd we were in, but growing up, the PS1, everyone I knew was playing like Final
Crash
Fantasy 8,
Nice.
Final Fantasy 7.
Those
I
are
mean,
not
that's
bad.
good stuff. I mean, Final
Yeah.
No,
Fantasy VII
those
is
are
fantastic.
fantastic games, but like what was it called? A lot of people I knew really like Medieval.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that was a funny
that's
one.
an interesting one. Yeah.
Also a third-person action.
Yeah,
RPG.
it is, and Crash Bandicoot, and lesser degree Spyro, but no
I
one.
mean,
I
lesser degree.
comparatively to Crash,
You bring up the name Spyro to anyone.
they're gonna think Skylanders now.
No. That's-
Nowadays,
A lot of people don't know that's where Skylanders came from.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that till recently.
I'd say little kids probably though. I would have to agree with you on little kids.
Yeah.
But they're now on the Skylanders boat for Spyro.
But Andrew, unlike you,
yeah.
I don't talk to little kids.
I mean, sometimes I just have to.
I can't relate.
No,
I can't.
how did you work at GameStop?
I didn't talk to little kids.
You just kick them out?
Yeah.
he's like, okay.
They
I
wanted
gotta
to get
do
Grand Theft
inventory.
Auto. I said, get the fuck out of my store.
Just
Get
like
Dark
that.
Souls. Get a good game like Dark Souls. Here.
Yeah, that's great. Give a 7-year-old Dark Souls.
They're
and make him
playing
hate video
GTA.
games.
Dark Souls, I would say.
Not- okay.
Excuse me.
Not
Dark-
because it's not a good game,
It's the
but
best
does
game.
the average 7-year-old probably can't play Dark Souls?
They can snipe me from
Dude,
across a map, no scope,
if
with
I
a
could-
sniper rifle in Destiny. They can play Dark
That's
Souls.
easier than
It's
Dark
not.
Souls.
It's not.
It's
man.
easier than
No,
Dink
it's not.
Sauce.
If I played Super Ghouls and Ghosts when I was like 5,
Yeah.
Dark Souls is playable by kids today.
If Contra was playable as a kid.
Contra kicked my ass.
Yeah,
I
but
would-
you still played it.
Honestly, I would
It's
argue that Super
playable,
Ghouls
but-
and Ghosts is more frustrating than Dark Souls because at least Dark
Yeah.
Souls you can like see the pattern.
I mean, you can't get a game over in Dark Souls. How is that
Oh, yeah,
hard?
Super
Yeah.
Ghouls and Ghosts, you're
Yeah.
fucked.
You just go back to the stupid bonfire and you're like,
Fuck
okay.
you, bitch. Suck my dick.
Keep going to the same thing over and over. That's the funny thing about
You know,
Dark Souls.
okay.
It's not hard because it doesn't give up.
Not only
You
does
give
Super
up.
Ghouls and Ghosts have the same thing over and over, technically, when you beat the game, you didn't beat the game.
I know you have to do it
beat
again.
twice.
Yeah.
Hey, can you play a clip for us real quick, my friend?
Of course. What you need?
In the chat, Banana Brew says sing happy birthday for Connor. So can you find like the Marilyn Monroe clip
Oh,
of
damn.
singing happy birthday?
What about Lana
It
Del
just
Rey?
says Mr. President in there. Am I the president?
Do you not
now?
want to be Mr. President?
Right?
I mean, I
If
can
Marilyn
be, I
Monroe's
guess.
going to say that, why don't just take it?
Right? Exactly.
All right. All right.
So in the meantime,
Take it
I,
like
I
she
guess I
did.
should say last week I announced that Shattered Melody was going to be here tonight. Unfortunately, they had to reschedule. Sean, the guitar player, is having a lot of teeth issues. He's supposed to go to the dentist, etc., etc. Says he's killing him. Can't come. And Livy is not a huge gamer,
so
So it'd be
so
weird to have her here.
yeah,
She'd
she
be like-
like she was free, but she was like, yeah, I don't think it would be great if I just came by myself.
We'll just give her
Makes
Dark
sense.
Souls since they figure it out.
Hey, can I give Connor something else?
Yo,
Yeah,
what's up?
sure.
Okay, so since this is a video game show, why not let the Mario Paint composer sing him happy
Oh,
birthday?
nice.
There we
That's
go.
better.
All right.
I have a friend who's like super into Mario Paint, makes great music off of it.
Yeah, nice. I bet he touches himself at night.
Who doesn't?
He might. Everybody does. Is it a skip there, but we're good.
No, no, you're listening to the whole fucking
whole
thing.
thing.
Yeah, we can stop that.
Oh,
What if
okay.
What if it's a 10-hour version?
Is that a 10-hour
No,
version?
43 seconds, and I'm done after 15.
Yeah, that's good enough for
Yeah.
me. That was nice. Kind of reminded me a little bit of the shitty radios in Portal.
Yeah.
You know, that's just another one of those games. I have it.
What,
Haven't
Portal?
played it. Yeah.
Portal?
Portal
Yeah.
2. I mean, they're both
Dude,
fantastic.
okay,
but
yeah, no. Play the fuck Portal. Play it now.
Play-
Yeah,
play the
seriously.
fuck-
What the
Listen,
fuck are you doing as
that-
the host of this show?
Honestly, you cannot live life without playing Portal. It's 4 hours of your life compared to everything else you spend time on.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best stories and funnest things you can do.
Dude, you could take a shit
very
longer
fun.
than the duration of playing Portal.
I'm actually wondering because on my Steam you have my library. I'm wondering if I actually have Portal 1 or Portal 2 on there. I don't remember.
I know I have
well, it's
two.
made by the same
on-
company.
I
so
know they're made by the same company. I mean, my personal library.
Surprised they don't just
I know
give it
I
to you
have
for
Portal
free.
2 on Steam, so if we have game sharing enabled, then yeah. But
Yeah, well, we have to because I'm gonna.
There it
What the
is.
fuck is that?
That's the shitty radio in Portal.
Oh,
You find like 5 of them in the game.
that's
There's
not that
something.
bad. That sounds like a
Well, no. The best part.
mid 2000s T-Mobile phone.
Well, that's what's funny is because it's just a little radio there, and it also has like dynamic sound, so you can fucking hurl it, and you'll hear it fade and just crash.
Or you can throw it in your portal and it'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
My experience with Portal is basically, I think it was the second poker game night at the inventory. Gladys
Oh, yeah.
was the host.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
a fun poker game.
Oh yeah, it's so underrated.
They have so many dialogues, like you could play it for hours and hours and hear it that you never heard.
I
them
haven't
say.
played it since it came out, so
I want to replay
They're
it now.
both good.
Yeah.
They're both really good. But
I've even not played the second one.
okay,
I don't remember the
which-
first one.
Actually, which one had Ashley Williams in it from
that
The Evil
was-
Dead?
Ash was in the second one, I believe. I think
Okay.
So. I know
I was
that-
like, who?
I know Heavy.
Ash Williams as himself.
Oh,
Heavy.
I was thinking of, like,
Max.
Bruce Campbell?
Yeah, basically, but
or
the character.
Ashley Williams,
I
like
don't
Mass
know, man.
Effect.
I'm all confused.
I
with
was
Oh,
like,
no, Ash.
No, Ash from the Evil Dead.
Ash
yeah,
from The
makes
Evil
sense.
Dead.
Makes sense.
I want to replay it after because I was in The Evil Dead, the musical.
Nice.
I want to replay it now. Maybe now that I get more of the jokes.
That's funny. I didn't realize that's the
Okay,
same name
Ash
as
was in the second one.
is the character in Mass Effect.
Is Ash his last name,
Ashley.
or did I?
No,
fuck
it's
up?
his first name.
Yeah. No, it's first.
No, I mean Williams. I'm sorry. Is that his last name?
Oh, I don't know.
If you said that, you just had Mass Effect on your
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I am an Ashley person. I told you. I kill. I don't even remember his
you
name.
kill
Caden?
Ashley's just
Caden.
Yeah,
Is that
what?
his name? In the first game, first Mass Effect, is it Caden? The other
Oh
guy?
yeah,
Probably,
Kaden
yeah.
Malenko, yeah.
He annoyed me.
Yeah, he was always the one to die.
Oh, dude, Ashley
is it
annoyed
just
me. She
people?
was all like racist and shit. So
She
I was
wasn't if you were when you convinced her not to be.
Like, yeah, when you're talking to her, she's like, "Fuck aliens." I'm like, "You're on a ship with aliens."
Well, she hasn't killed him. So she's not that racist.
That's true. Okay, I don't know who the fourth guy is on it, Pokemon Inventory. I totally forgot, but it's Max from Sam and Max, the Heavy from TF2, Strong Bad from Homestar Runner, and then the fourth guy. I have no idea. Let me pull. It's like,
That's awesome. That's Strong Bad.
yeah, that's Strong Bad.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Oh my God! I know who he. I own that game.
me see.
It's called. It's like Penny Arcade or something like that. I'm pretty sure that character is made by.
Oh, the bunny.
No, not the bunny.
Oh.
The
Fruit
dude with the
fucker,
hair.
right?
Fruit fucker.
Is that what it is from Penny Arcade? The fruit fucker?
I don't.
Is that the
maybe
guy
is it
with
the
the
dude with
hair?
brown hair?
Oh, Tycho and
Kind of
what's
looks
his
like
name?
Shaggy.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
That's
Poker
poker.
It's a
poker.
You play
Yeah,
poker.
you play
with
poker.
characters.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
it's
know
like
what
strip
that is.
poker.
You're like,
I thought we were
totally
still
don't
talking
know what
about
this is
Portal. I
anymore.
was like, what? the hell is
Well,
that?
no, but Gladys is the like she's the dealer.
Oh, I get you.
That's why I said that like, that's my only experience with it.
Oh.
I've seen gameplay and it looks like a good game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, number 2 is Ash from the Evil Dead. Then you've got Sam from Sam and Max. Then you've got Claptrap, and
And
then Brock. Yeah,
I love the Venture Brothers.
and then yeah, GLaDOS is the dealer in poker too. I don't know, is she the one in the first game?
I think so.
But yeah,
I
love
mean,
that Brock's
it's
in
a
it.
Steam game.
yeah,
You know, or Valve, I should say, which
Yeah.
means we'll never get a third one.
right.
Valve can only count to 2.
It's true.
Pretty much.
I mean, we're all convinced now
That they can't do any. Like,
that they can't count to
But they
3.
can't count to 3. Yeah, we haven't got a Left 4 Dead 3. We haven't gotten Half-Life
TF,
3 or
like
Episode
Team
3,
Fortress.
Team Fortress. Yeah,
Everything stops at 2.
not even a Dota 3,
yeah,
Yeah,
it stopped
right,
at 2.
We're on Dota 2. Yeah.
right? Literally,
That's really funny. Every single one of their titles.
like seriously.
There was a game that they did get to 3 though.
I call bullshit.
No,
No,
yeah,
I
it was
don't
like
believe
it was
that.
like it was like a 2 year. It was like weird. what game? And everyone was like, oh, they can count to 3. Let me look at it. Valve can count to 3.
I just like, even if it's true, I still don't believe it. It depends on how long
It
ago
had to
is.
be a
Maybe they
joke.
forgot how to count to 3.
I wonder if they're waiting for a specific time. They're just going to release all the 3s.
Wasn't
Same
there-
Right?
year.
Could you
was
just
one.
imagine? You know how they have those Steam bundles?
Yeah.
They're like, all right, Steam bundle,
Here you go.
Left 4 Dead 3, Half-Life 3, Portal 3, $60.
Dota 3.
No, not
Team
Dota.
Fortress
Just
3.
just those 3. You know how many people would buy
Everything.
that pack?
Do you know how many people would buy Half-Life 3?
Yeah, I know, but you put
That game's never come out solely because it's too much hype.
Duke
train now.
Nukem.
It
Like,
is.
even-
Duke Nukem
But everyone
Forever
would
came
still
out.
buy
well, no,
it,
Duke
though.
Nukem Forever was like objectively not good though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
So-
yeah, now, but it was
but I'm-
hyped up as fuck.
But I'm saying like I feel like even if Half-Life 3 was good, if it's not like absolutely perfectly amazing in every single way, people are still gonna like knock it down.
just give it to.
But they're still going to like it and buy it.
Just give
regardless.
it to CD Projekt Red, motherfucker.
Well, I was gonna say give it to Epic Games, but you know,
Oh, well,
But
why?
they're
Why
like-
Epic?
Like they got
I don't. I just feel like
they got Paragon and they've got
Gears.
Fortnite right now. And Paragon is like DOA.
Epic
and
also did.
Gears
Fortnite
of War.
is Fortnite's something.
What's that game where there's like a killer and then there's 4 people and you run away from the killer?
Evolve.
Death by Daylight.
Oh,
Dead by
Dead
Daylight.
by Daylight,
Oh,
yes.
Dead by
They
Daylight,
did
yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
Um,
But either way, why?
I feel like their style would go really well with Half-Life. Maybe I know it doesn't make sense.
Why not
from-
Arcane, who's already done Dishonored and Prey,
I'm
which
not-
are very similar,
I'm not saying that would be a bad choice. Like
and they'd be under Bethesda, so you know that'd be wonderful.
yeah.
Give it
I
to
mean-
id.
Yeah, exactly. They're perfect at first-person shooters.
They were like, we don't need a vocal protagonist.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
we only need Doom and Wolfenstein. We'll be the gods we are.
See,
Yeah.
the only I think most big companies nowadays, I wouldn't feel horrible if you gave it to them. I mean, maybe if they don't have a history of making first-person shooters, like if they gave it to
From
Platinum,
Software.
if they give it
Yeah.
to like Platinum Games or something. who's-
Yeah, no.
Like, I mean, I would still Platinum makes really good games,
Phenomenal third-person action games.
right? But even if
Bayonetta
even
was
if they were
like
attached to
Bayonetta,
it,
Game,
Near
but-
Automata. I mean, they're perfect.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Metal Gear Rising
Yeah.
Revengeance, which
That-
also
that
Although
game.
Legend of Korra was bad, and the Ninja Turtles game. But
Yeah.
we won't
The
talk about
Transformers
that.
game was really good.
You
too.
know,
yeah,
they-
the Transformers was really good.
Oh, okay, I didn't play that. I was gonna say though, it seems like they fuck up anything they have a license to. Like it's like, hey, you guys make this cool.
Well, they didn't
licensed
do
game.
Nier. They didn't do the first Nier or any of the Drakengard.
That's true.
So they did Automata, which was the 5th in the series. And it was the best one.
That's what I'm saying though. Like they have a history of making really good games, so I would at least give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, it's not like
But not for first person.
I wouldn't if in some magical fucking world Platinum Games got the license for Half-Life 3, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
Do you really think that Valve is going to give up?
No,
Something
fuck
like
no.
that.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
Maybe if Irrational
only-
Games came out.
No, the
again.
only company who will make Half-Life 3 other than Valve is Blizzard.
Interesting.
Well, because
They have a
Activision's with
competing-
them now.
Yeah, it's
It's Activision.
But they have a
Blizzard.
competing server.
Yeah.
Like Steam and
Steam and
Battle.net.
Battle.net or
I
Blizzard
don't know.
app.
I
It's called the
really
Blizzard app
don't
now.
feel like it's
Oh.
that
After
they
20 something years, they changed.
Yeah.
I really don't
Blizzard
feel
app.
like they compete that much. Like it's a different space.
But they, I don't
No,
know.
they actually like as far as like market share goes, because like
They both have the
y-
competitive,
yeah,
like,
because they've got Heroes of the Storm versus Dota.
How-
I was going to say,
And
No
then-
and
one-
Overwatch.
No one plays Heroes of the Storm.
They
Yeah, but
don't.
They try.
They
to
try.
Make it
They put
happen.
rewards
And then
in that
Overwatch
so you
is
get into
the- Is the
Overwatch.
Counter Strike Go? you know,
Yes, CS:GO.
So-
I
Everything.
guess it's
When it comes to competitive scene.
maybe
Mhm.
again you're always shaped by your your experiences.
Mhm.
Most people I know have both. It's
Well,
not
yeah.
like someone
Well,
just goes
that's-
I want Blizzard.
That's because PC
Yeah.
players aren't like they're not fanboys usually.
Yeah, if you're on a console like me, you see the name Bethesda and you're like, take my money.
Yeah, because like it's like the thing about consoles, like you get a lot of fanboys. I mean, there are fanboys on PC, but it's about which graphics card you're running on, which games
Exactly.
you're playing.
Exactly.
But like you get someone on Xbox and they're like, "Fucking Halo's better, motherfucker."
Yeah, they have like Halo, Gears of War, and then you go
Yeah.
to PlayStation and we got
Uncharted,
Nier,
and everything,
Neo,
yeah.
Uncharted.
There's all this big fighting.
everything.
But then it's like
Bloodborne.
PC's like, let's play Overwatch, and then like 5 seconds later, like let's go on Steam and play Killing Floor 2.
Yeah,
It doesn't really matter.
but
Yeah.
PlayStation.
But
is
as far
like,
as markets go, they are competing with each other.
I don't know. It's one of those things. If again, it's not the same thing. Didn't Activision have
with-
their own online computer service, or am I thinking of someone else?
you're thinking of someone else because they're
Am I
like
thinking
a,
of EA?
Yes,
EA
they
has
did.
EA
They had
Origins.
Origins.
Okay, like I couldn't imagine EA creating Half-Life 3.
No, of course not. After what they did to
No,
Mass
geez.
Effect, Andromeda.
You-
Like, no.
I don't. In my head, I don't know why that is, but I really feel like Blizzard is the only one. Like, what if they did it together? You know how
No.
much? You know how many
They
copies that
can't
game
do
would
it.
sell?
Look at Blizzard's style. Like, everything Blizzard's done. Like, it's not the same style.
Blizzard can do whatever the fuck they want.
They have a specific game type, but not only game type, but style for everything. It's very colorful, cartoony, fun. It's a lot like Nintendo in that sense, but
Then Half-Life 3 Nintendo Switch exclusive.
yeah,
Bam.
okay.
Boom.
You see, that's what I
What the
mean.
fuck?
Like, what the fuck? Exactly. Need someone like maybe Bun. No, I don't.
Dude,
wanna
if
say
they
Bungie.
did that though,
Bungie.
like
I mean, they're good at first person. Obviously, They made Halo.
that'd be
and
like
Destiny's
that'd be
phenomenal.
something though.
What?
Just they're like Half-Life 3. It's a Nintendo Switch exclusive. Everyone would be like,
Rabbids are in it now.
Yeah. I think everyone would be really excited, and then after they got over their excitement, they'd just be like,
What the fuck?
"Huh."
because like the Switch is awesome, objectively. Like even
Oh, yeah.
it's like
I mean, it's a
love
great
it.
console. It could run it perfect.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm
would
just saying,
it would just be so weird.
my vote goes to Arcane. Like, if anybody had to take on Half-Life 3, it would have to be Arcane to make it.
I still maintain Epic Games.
You're weird.
I would
I mean,
say
that's
id.
fine.
I
But then again, I'm a total id fan. Like
I love it, but they're also under Bethesda as well.
that's true. Yeah.
See,
Which is so is Arcane.
Epic Games made one of my favorite first-person shooters. So
What's that?
Bulletstorm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that game is
Did
fantastic.
you get the remake where you can play as Duke?
Oh my
Nukem?
god,
Yeah.
I want it, man. I'm such a Duke fan. I'm friends with the guy on Facebook.
John St. John.
Yeah,
That's
I always
cool.
love it because I talk to him every once in a while. You
Do
know,
you tell him to say all the lines?
I had him
off your
for
head and
one
shit down your
charity. I was doing a charity stream, and he voiced for all the people who were going to be on it. He was like, Adam Aggro, spooky.
rip off your head and shit down your neck.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
For
got
charity.
balls of steel.
Bowls.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
greatest. That's the greatest ventrilo harassment.
So I on my birthday, he always say happy birthday from me and Duke.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He was actually he was gonna come down to Valley and talk
That's your favorite first-person shooter?
Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, that is a little weird. As like this is my favorite.
I mean, Borderlands is
I'm not-
fantastic. Destiny did a better job at it.
Borderlands 1 to me
oh,
feels
that one's
empty.
slow.
Yeah, but 2.
But two.
Yeah,
Two
but
is
man,
good.
it's
You're like
2. When I
It's-
talk about Borderlands, I mean number 2.
it's someone who's not like huge into first-person shooters.
Neither am I.
Connor can attest to that. Bulletstorm just had this perfect combination of it being fast-paced and it being really arcadey. Like I love being able to whip somebody and kick them into a fucking cactus and get a score multiplier
so
for
play
it.
Doom 2016.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, have you played anything it's done?
Doom,
Probably. I don't know.
2016 is
Doom?
like if you
No.
if you want to feel like an utter badass that'll chainsaw a demon that's 20 feet tall in half and then
It's
like
not-
fucking rip the head off of another one and then shove like another demon's own stomach into its face
And
while
watch it
shotgun-
explode.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Ah.
I would enjoy it, but
It's
Bulletstorm
beautiful.
has the best quote in a video game ever, in my opinion.
You haven't played Borderlands 2, though.
It's fuck
Yeah.
my. The lady's like, fuck your dick. And the guy just looks at her, fuck my dick. No, fuck your dick.
But in Borderlands 2, they have something called
Shoot me in the face.
boner farts. They say the word boner farts a lot.
Oh, well, now that you said that.
I know!
Something that's very subtle in Borderlands 2, if you're in Mad Moxie's bar and you're
Everything's wonderful in there.
we'll see, and if you're playing as the siren,
Yeah, you know.
and you walk up to
Boobs.
it's just a random dude at a table, and you look at him, and if you stand there for a few seconds, he just looks at you and he goes, 8 inches. That's all he says. He doesn't say anything else. He just goes, and he only says it to the siren.
Hey,
Because
man,
she's a girl.
Yeah.
man, different strokes for different folks, man. You know, I
You're
mean,
getting
have
the
either one of
wrong
you played
strokes.
Bulletstorm?
Yeah, a little bit.
Huh?
Have you played Bulletstorm?
Yes. It is fun. No, it's just.
At least you can objectively see it's a good game.
It's
So
good.
you would see, because I know
I
you
mean,
guys.
fast
It's just an
It's
odd
first-
one to say it's the best. It's like
yeah, exactly.
I
it's
never
like-
said it's the best. I said
You
it's
said
my
your
favorite. There's a legitimate
there is a
difference.
It's the best in your
he's,
mind.
He's objectively saying that what he likes is not the best. So that's
Fair
good.
enough.
No,
Yeah.
as a reviewer, I fully, because that's what I do. I can always, because I hate puzzle games, and whenever we get sent in,
Really?
yeah, I can't do
That's
straight
so
puzzle
weird.
games.
Yeah, like
But like if someone would
Interesting.
send us in a straight puzzle game, I'd play it and I'd be like, objectively, this is great.
say
It's
a
really
straight puzzle
smooth.
game.
Yeah, like
Like what
You would
opposed to a
hate
game?
no,
Portal.
like as in like
Portal is a puzzle game.
as in other
No,
than
I
like
get
a
that. I was
puzzle
just messing with you.
platformer or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
yeah, you know, if someone like I remember this game that
love
we
puzzle
reviewed
Tomb
on
Raider is a
um,
puzzle game.
Technically, yeah. What
Tomb
about
Raider is
Resident Evil?
wonderful. Yeah.
Which one?
All of them.
Any of them? Yeah, they're all
I
Maybe
don't-
not 5 and 6, but most of
five.
them.
Yeah, 5 doesn't have as much
I
puzzle
don't
solving in
mind
it.
puzzles in games. I just don't want a game that's nothing but puzzles.
So Resident Evil 1.
Yeah. I was gonna say Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider is fantastic, and while it has shooting and whatnot, it's still at its core a puzzle solver.
Resident Evil
Like,
1 and
everything
2 are
about it.
legitimately puzzle games. Like you shoot zombies,
Yeah,
but
right.
that's like
That's just because they're in your way.
yeah, they're in your way, and like
to
the
get to the
game
next
is
puzzle.
legitimately a puzzle game though.
For the longest time, Resident Evil 4 is my favorite Resident Evil game because of course it was. It was great,
everybody's.
right?
Yeah.
But it changed because I played the 360 port of Resident Evil Revelations.
Mhm.
Holy crap,
Good.
it's so good. It takes
They have that on. Oh no, they have Revelations 2 on PS4.
yeah, it takes all of the like atmosphere from like Resident Evil 3, which is super
Nemesis.
creepy, Nemesis, and it turns in with the camera view and gameplay of like Resident Evil 4.
Nice.
But it's super slow paced. You have to really maintain ammo. It's not like 5 or 6, which 6 is basically Call of Duty Zombies.
Right.
You know, I love 5. Honestly,
It's really
No
good.
way.
Five
Like-
is good.
I haven't played it. I just heard nothing but garbage
no.
about it.
Here's the thing: is
It's-
like it's not a good Resident Evil game if you compare it to the old ones, and that's what you're expecting.
I wouldn't say it's a bad Resident Evil
So
game.
if it
No, no,
didn't,
it's
if
like-
it wasn't called Resident
If
Evil, it would
wasn't
be
called-
good.
It would, yeah. Like I don't think anyone would ever have a problem with it if it wasn't called Resident Evil because
Interesting.
it's an action game pretty much. But I mean, it's still not an action
And it's
game. 'cause-
co-op.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
That's cool.
I remember.
it's still not an action game because you have to like stand still while shooting.
Yeah.
And but it works out like you definitely have to play with a friend because the AI it's not terrible but it's not good.
Well, if you played any Bethesda game,
Right. It's better than that.
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
it's better than followers on a Bethesda
Fi-
game.
wow.
But-
Five's AI is better than what's her name in Resident Evil 4, the president's daughter.
Oh
or-
jeez, yeah.
I don't even remember. Is it Ashley?
You're
again?
just gonna throw it
No,
to Ashley.
It's Ashley.
Williams
You're
everywhere.
thinking of Ashley Chambers.
No, it's Ashley. I don't give a fuck.
All right.
She's useless.
It's really
Cool.
fun though. It's like my buddy Nate and I, we played it so much in high school. Actually, it's objectively.
Yeah, it's
Don't look at it as a Resident Evil game. You'll love it. It's fun,
Interesting.
especially the mercenaries mode. Like you can just
Oh.
you can dump hours into
I
that.
have to check it out.
yeah, you should, man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
how
they
I
have the
get-
gold edition on
I
PS4.
mean, Destiny 2 is out and about. It's really good.
Oh yeah, if you're playing Destiny, like actually, as far as games go that I'm playing, I just finally got Quake Champions,
Nice.
and it's
That's
great.
fun.
I mean, it's got a lot of server errors right now because it has to do with how they're like collecting data for
Yeah.
the early access beta because they make it so that it starts sending packets of performance and everything to them. But if you have a slow internet connection like myself, those packets when they get sent just
But it's fast paced and fun.
yes,
Yes.
it's fantastic.
Who do you play as?
I play as a mix. I like playing as Nyx, Sorlag.
Nyx is the girl, right?
yeah,
I
Nyx,
like
the
her.
blue-haired girl that
Yeah.
turns invisible.
Yeah, it's fun.
I like playing as Slash. She's the punk girl.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sorlag's cool because she is a tank.
Is that the one that's like that giant
That's
like
that big
monstrosity?
lizard thing. Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty fun. No, that's a
Um,
different one. I'm thinking of the.
Spits acid.
That's the other one. I
Yeah.
was thinking of the other one. If you know what I'm talking about.
The
Big and bulky one.
oh yeah, I know
where
who
the armor is
the
like.
big tank dude.
Yeah.
and he has like shelves of armor. Around him.
That's pretty fun.
Can't remember his name right now, but yeah, he's cool. He can charge. That's dope. Just
Yes.
kills everyone. It's hard for me to get my footing back though because I used to be really good at
It's
Quake,
very fast.
and it's like, I'm just getting like fragged by everyone,
Yes.
and it's rough getting back into it.
is.
I'm
Oh
like,
my
I could do
God.
it though. I'm gonna get good at this again.
But it's fun because every time you
It's
die,
fun.
you don't feel like you're defeated. You're just like, fuck yeah, let's
yeah,
go.
like it's a game where I can lose and just be like, all right.
yeah.
And I can see what I did wrong, and I'm like, we'll get better. But like I said, there are some netcode issues where sometimes if you shoot someone, you technically didn't shoot them. So
Right.
it comes up as an issue. But it's an early access alpha, so you can't hold that against it,
I
really.
mean, you can hold it against it when it comes out, like
Yeah,
Destiny
if
when
it-
they
if-
shoot through walls.
if it
you
still
know, it's
does
great.
that when it comes out, what the actual fuck?
Right.
But I don't think it will because, like,
I don't
that's
know.
not id.
There's a thing about first-person shooters I've noticed, at least competitive online,
Mm-hmm.
because I noticed it with Destiny and obviously Overwatch too. But like Destiny 1, it doesn't have a kill cam.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when you die, you see your body fly, and you can see the trail of the bullet that killed you.
Yeah.
A lot of times it comes through a steel beam. That is a solid
Yeah.
wall, which I was hiding behind on
Yeah.
purpose. But in Overwatch, it has a kill cam, and still there are times when it's
You
like
can
they're
see it.
shooting and it's
Yeah,
through the wall. and it's
That
like,
has to do with actually. So, a lot of games when they're on their servers, it's it's the actual latency between how quickly it refreshes.
okay.
And some games, like I believe most games are at a 60 nit, so it's like they refresh every 60 times in
Right.
a second. And then when you're playing on a competitive server, they usually up it. Counter-Strike in professional tournaments goes over 120. I can't
I was
remember.
gonna say like 140
Can't remember the
sounds
exact
like.
numbers.
a
I don't
number
think
I've
it's
heard.
144. Like I don't think they match it with the 144 frame rate. I think it goes higher than that actually.
Oh wow.
But that's my point. Is that it's like the accuracy is there. They're doing it.
But
Whereas
I was
that's
wondering if
that's
it
the
was
big
like
problem.
a programming thing. If it's like if they program the projectile that comes out of the gun to hit the
Well,
enemy,
because a
or
lot
if
of
it's by the time they pull the trigger, there's a delay that registers that
Well,
it's going to hit.
So
the
like the
other
thing
player.
in Overwatch is a lot of the guns are hit scan, and then some of them are projectile.
Okay.
It's different for each character, and
I
it's,
guess that would
you
make
have
sense
to
with
really
like a
know.
lob.
Yeah, and so what it means is like if there is hit scan, that means if they clicked the mouse and it was on you, you're
There's-
getting hit.
Well, but there could be a delay depending on the travel of
Right.
the bullet.
And well, it doesn't. And when it's hit scan, it's when you press that, it's on them.
Interesting.
That's what hit scan means. So like in Quake, it's hit scan.
Right.
Unless
yeah,
it's
I've
a rocket.
noticed.
A rocket is a projectile.
Yeah.
But on Overwatch, for example, Soldier 76 is hit scan.
Yeah.
So if you're in Widowmaker, when she's scoped in, is also hit scan.
It's not.
She is.
Doesn't feel like it.
See, so so when you're playing them, if you have your reticle on that person, when you click the mouse, that is where you are hitting at that split second. But Ana, she is hit scan when zoomed in, but she's projectile when not scoped. So if you're playing with Ana
Wow.
and you go to shoot someone,
Wow.
Yeah.
wow.
if you shoot someone with Ana unscoped, you have to lead them off. You have to go where you have to shoot where
That
they're
makes
going.
sense. And I play as
But
Zenyatta
if you're scoped in,
lot.
yeah, Zenyatta is
That's
all
all
it's
projectile.
projectiles.
because that's what I enjoy is that I can tell where they're going and aim right in front.
I can't
which
remember. I think Tracer is actually hit scan.
Can
but
bring up
I'm
a
not
really
sure.
fun part about that whole like projecting where they're going to be.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Star Wars Galaxies?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Mm.
That's okay. It was an MMO, the best MMO ever made. Star Wars Galaxies,
It was fun.
2003.
It's like,
Beautiful.
Way back
I
in the
played
day.
Yeah.
Star
It was fun.
Wars like the Dark Force. It was like a
Dark
first
Forces
person
is
shooter.
fantastic. Yes,
I
It's
did
like an
not play
old
that.
school first
Yes.
person shooter.
I love it. I have it on my PlayStation 3 still.
I got it
I
on
love
Steam
it.
for like 25 cents on one of those
Nice.
Steam sales.
Anyway, so the Star Wars Galaxies had jump to light speed, which allowed you. It's like World of Warcraft, but now you can hop in a ship and go into space and do dogfights and missions out there and whatnot. Customize your ship, cool. But when you were fighting ships, it had a little target of where they're going to be. So like when they're flying, it has a target of where you should be shooting so that your bullets will actually hit them. It was awesome, and I learned a lot about shooting in games from that.
Mm-hmm.
Intertasting.
Yeah, Battlefield. I believe every gun in Battlefield is projectile.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so when you're playing that, you have to lead people.
I prefer it that way.
It's
to be
very
honest.
strange. Like especially like if you go from one game to the next, your
That would
brain's
explain-
like, what the fuck do I do? I have to remember to tune my brain.
But that
to-
explains that Destiny is hit scan
yeah.
and why the trail goes through walls. Because
Yeah.
if I'm running and the trail goes through, I'm like, no bullshit.
Yeah, and
I
a
was
lot of
behind
times,
the wall, but it was
yeah,
hit
and a lot of
scan.
times like the hitboxes are all wonky. So it's
Dark
like,
Souls.
yeah, so it's like, okay, that person's behind the wall, but then if you had console on and everything, you're like, their hitbox isn't it?
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
you're still hitting them. Like Hanzo, his arrows are
Shit.
projectile.
Right.
And it's like, okay, this is his arrow in game, but the actual hitbox on the arrow is a fucking log.
It's insane.
Yeah, so
Why would
you can
do
hit,
that?
like you can hit here and it'll get a headshot.
This is why when I start
So-
making my own games, I probably won't do multiplayer, or people are going to get very mad.
Yeah.
because it would be
It's strange. Like,
all about accuracy and hitboxes.
like a lot of it, you have to do this because the game would be too difficult
No,
without
it
these like.
should be.
But see, that's where the weird, like when you start mixing hitboxes with hit scanning and projectile, that's where it starts getting really wonky. Like, so someone like Hanzo, you need to give him those big logs because he will be useless when you have hit scan.
Good. I don't want to play with Hanzo.
There you go.
I don't want Hanzo on the other team.
It's like all I've heard from Overwatch is Hanzo
It's
is
fun,
cancer.
Hanzo.
He's a
See, this is the funny thing. I always say it's Schrodinger's Hanzo. He's both the most overpowered character in the game while also being the shittiest pick for your team.
Stupidest piece of shit.
How is
character.
that possible?
That's what everyone does. Like someone picks Hanzo and they're like, "Don't fucking pick Hanzo. Hanzo sucks." And then if the enemy team has Hanzo, they go, "God damn it, I hate Hanzo. He's so overpowered."
Because if someone is really good with Hanzo, just one shot.
Yeah, if someone's
One
good,
shot.
that's the thing though.
One
It's like
shot.
I don't like.
So he's just.
I don't have a problem with him.
He's just a high skill champion.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, he does have one move that's totally easy to make shots with. It's a scatter arrow,
Yep.
and you can like a monkey could kill people.
It's just
with
one of
it.
those things. It's like it's high risk, high reward.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
I
It's,
wouldn't say
like I said, it's one of
reward.
those things. Like he's simultaneously the worst pick for your team and the cheapest character for the other team. Like,
Yes.
it doesn't make sense. Like you go on a forum, and you'll see
Yeah.
you'll see both arguments in the same comment thread.
But
Like,
what's funny is like, so I love playing as Genji.
yeah, he's
and
fun.
there's-
I do not play as him in competitive.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with
I
him,
don't do
but he's
competitive.
super fun.
I only go between Zen and Genji, but Genji is a blast. Like he has melee
He's
and he
fun.
throws shurikens. I don't know why people like this pro Genji thing has come out as like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard
Oh.
about that, right? Like pro Genji.
Well, that's okay. You don't know the term pro Genji until you see one.
But I've killed every Genji I've seen.
Yes, you do, because almost everyone sucks with
I
Genji.
guess so.
But there's moments like this happened to me. Like the best Genji I saw, I was playing healer, all right, and you know there's always the joke, I need healing.
I always play as
And so what ends up happening is we get this Genji. He's just killing the entire enemy team, and when he needed healing, he came to me, and he went
Nice.
right in front of me. He was like, "Need healing," and I was already healing him while he was coming up to me. But he would come up behind cover and everything with the rest of the team,
nice.
and then he'd be like, "Thank you," and then he'd run back and just fucking team wipe.
See,
And in the whole game,
that's
I think
crazy
he
to
died.
me.
Maybe I don't even know if he died that game.
I've played games like more than one as Zenyatta where I kill everybody on the team. Nobody
Mhm.
on my team got maybe 1 or 2 kills, and I didn't die once as Zenyatta.
Yeah.
And people say he's bad.
Zenyatta does
The
damage.
best.
He fucking throws
Two
out damage.
hits
Yeah.
and they're dead.
Yeah, he's good.
Throw a Discord and pop up.
Yeah, and also like anyone else, it's like I discorded that guy, and then it's like Soldier can take him out in seconds. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Zen can just.
Zen's good. I don't like if people
the
complain
best.
about that. He's like, honestly, the only choice I really hate is if you choose Hans or a Widow when we're on attack. Like they're both they really are defending heroes. You know, like
I can play anybody.
so, well, it's
I
like
mean, not anybody. I can play the same guy on any match.
it's like you could. Well, like I'm talking about competitive. It's a whole different game. Like
yeah, I
it-
don't play competitive.
If you go in there, it's a whole different environment. When people choose Widow or Hanzo on attack, unless they have Adderall aim, it's a terrible choice. And then, but the only like real why is this going on, other than just the team all picking DPS, is when someone picks Symmetra in replacement of a healer.
Out Symmetra.
Well, it's like Symmetra is a DPS replacement.
no, she's fucking garbage.
not a healer.
She's
like,
nothing.
Yeah.
You guys are speaking French to me, man. All right. So that was the first half of the show. Second half, we're going to be talking about Calvino Noir and the very first edition of the Indie Game Club, and we're also going to be talking about our top 5 NES games each. If you want to call in at 909-360-8330. We're going to go on a quick break, and we will talk to you all in the second half.
30 seconds, all clear.
Thank you.
When the normal BS just won't do. ChaoticRadio.com.
This music sounds very familiar.
It should.
Is this the Gates of Hell from Bayonetta?
Yeah,
not.
right? I was just expecting to come out.
This
What
is
you
the title music for Calvino Noir.
That's why. I see it.
Do you see how thematic we are now?
I see the relation.
The relation of this and the segment
you
we're about to do?
mentioned. Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
All right. So welcome back
Alright.
to the Kind of Gaming Show. Second hour. If you want to call in, talk some shit about us, 909-360-8330. So, the very first week of the Indie Game Club, I suggested we played Calvino Noir.
For some reason.
I really like the style of it. I never played it before, and I was looking for something that looked original, and I'm like, this.
Have you ever played LA Noir?
I have.
I
I have. But
Cool,
like,
it's a good game.
other than that, what other noir games are there?
Bioshock Infinite, kind of.
Yeah, I would say Bioshock is
It's
in
not.
general in that.
Yeah,
vein.
Bioshock,
dude,
all of it,
totally
yeah.
is.
The
Got
Burial
that
at Sea, the
jazzy
best
theme to
part
it.
of Bioshock,
disagree,
Burial at Sea,
but that's
episode 1 and
fine.
2. Okay, whatever.
Anyway, so this week, Indie Game Club, Calvino Noir. So let's get right into it, man. What did you guys like about it? What you didn't like about it? First, I guess I'll say the number one thing I loved about it is the thematic of it and the voice acting. Other than Siska,
You liked the voice acting.
Siska was horrible, but like Wilt was perfect.
I like the art style.
Sure,
The art style.
like Wilt was really bad. Or
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, not Wilt, Siska. It felt like she was recording her
In
like
a bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But like all the other characters, Arno, Mole,
Aside from their terrible accents.
I didn't find them terrible.
Oh god, they sounded so bad. I talk like this because I am German. This
Not
is
from Russia?
this is how Germans talk.
I would have expected Soviet
Yeah,
Russia.
like Wilt in particular. Like I want him to read me bedtime stories.
Interesting.
His
I'd rather
And
voice
he
acting.
is the main narrator.
yeah.
So
his voice acting, sure, I'll give you that. It was not bad,
Arno's wasn't bad either.
but Arno's okay. But
Can
the
I just
thing
say
was,
really quick,
he
I didn't get to these characters.
as in he didn't play.
Isn't you didn't play?
I
like,
played
you,
a little bit.
You meet Siska in like the first room.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't look at the names.
She's the girl, and aren't the girl you
The
talk to.
girl, not the bartender?
Yeah, see, so he didn't.
Yeah, you. What do you
didn't.
do? Walk into the first room and then stop?
Yeah, you said she was in the first room. I walked into the
I'm
first room.
sorry, the first building.
The first building. She's upstairs in the attic.
I had a busy week with
Um,
school, which involved games.
So did I.
Yeah, but mine involved games.
You're involved Destiny.
Well, that wasn't
Two.
school, but yes.
Yeah, no, it's games in Destiny too. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're saying your school.
You want to
involves
hear
games.
what I did for school?
No, because we're talking
Talk
about this
about
game.
the game. Fine.
Calvino Noir.
It's the indie game club.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
I mean, that's perfectly fine. Like, we're not all
Um,
going to agree on all the games.
I'm not a point and click
Now-
adventure guy anyway.
No, it wasn't just like okay. It wasn't just that. Okay, the voice acting was bad. Models were eh. It's okay, they were
I do
okay.
disagree on the voice acting, other than Siska. She was awful.
I thought their accents were just absolutely terrible. It broke it for me. It was like these what? Like they were all just well overdone. I mean, aside from the main guy, I can't remember his name, but
Wilt.
Yes, Wilt. Wilt was okay because he didn't have an accent. He just spoke in a burly, I drink whiskey and smoke cigarettes.
He had a bit of an English accent.
Well, my point was though, the writing was like overly dramatic, angsty teenager writing. Did not like it in that
mean,
respect.
Did an
I-
angsty teenager make it?
Like,
No.
okay, it's okay to be, like descriptive.
It's
But literally everything was described as being like the most grungy, shitty thing.
Okay, hang on.
ever.
that's the noir style though.
Not-
Like
When games outright tell you like descriptions that much,
Is
like
like,
maybe just because I pretty much only play Dark Souls and Destiny, where the story you have to actually look for yourself. But when things are explained to you, just like right in front of your face, you're like, okay, but why do I care?
it's like you look at a random set of barrels and it's like these barrels stink with rotting wood and oak.
Yeah,
And it was like Like literally every description of anything in the game was like, "This is the worst piece of bullshit you have ever smelled in your life."
I don't know. Like I personally, I'm just a different person, you guys, because I enjoy the world building.
No, I love world building. I just
I like
don't
when the world's
like
built-
unnecessary like jargon.
I like when the world's built.
Then don't click on it.
Well, okay.
So don't play the game.
No,
There's
because
nothing-
there's very specific points where you don't have to click on these things.
Right. But then there's also the fact that there's nothing else in the game. Like even the stealth is so watered down. Like I actually had the run feature on like the entire game, and I was able to get through it. And the thing that stopped me the most in the game from ever being able to do anything is when the game physically didn't work. Like there'd be times where I was gonna go, strangle a guard as Wilt, and I would press the button to attack him, and it would register it, and he would run up, and then he would just stop right in front of the guard and get shot in the back of the head.
Nice.
And that happened like often enough to where I said, that's an actual problem with the game.
This is broken.
And it was like, I didn't need to do stealth. I literally like ran through buildings just killing dudes.
Through the buildings, not the doors. You
well,
actually
No,
ran
but
through the
here's
walls.
the funny story about
Oh.
that is I got shot through the floor.
Oh,
I wasn't even in the same
Good
room as the
stuff.
guy, and the guard got alerted and shot me through the floor. And I was
Nice.
like, what the fuck game did Andrew make me play?
That's so funny, man. I didn't have any of those
Yeah,
experiences.
I was having like
I beat it, so
like you were telling me it's a
Whoa.
hard stealth game, and I was like, I'm gonna put that to the test, and I just had the run feature on every character.
Bro, the last two levels were such a bitch.
I ran through them.
No, you didn't. You only played through the first 3 levels.
I used the chapter skip feature because all the chapters were unlocked because of you, and so
Oh,
Oh.
because you were playing on my copy.
yeah.
I
So
Oh, nice. You
um,
had
so what I did.
I
Here's
wonder.
what I did.
Okay,
I played.
so
I played.
you already had all the upgraded characters then.
What
too,
I
didn't
did.
You?
No, it resets it when you go and play through like that. But what happened was, so I was playing through the game. I played up until I got killed by a guard when the game broke 3 times in a row.
Sure.
Then I watched a let's play through to get the story bits because like, okay, fucking, it's gonna be the same game. Like there's no collectibles. The flashlight was useless. Like
You can collect the coins.
but yeah, there's
I
coin-
was
but
I was
here's the
so
thing.
obsessed with collecting those
What does it
fucking
do for
coins.
you?
You use them to get
you-
upgrades.
You upgrade, but you can see everything without the flashlight. You don't need the flashlight to see the thing.
You need them to pick up the coin though.
But it's like, all right, whatever. And then
moving on.
And then, so then I went back and played it, and then the pick and choose your ending bit. The ending wasn't hard for me to get through. I went through that bit.
Interesting.
But
I died so many
see,
times, dude.
the
That's
thing
because you
was,
don't play.
is if you let the game
games like us.
get to you, it would probably be hard. But if you realize this is a fucking game, I don't die anyways, I can just restart. And then you realize that you can run up to any single guard and just choke him out if his back's turned. And you just waste him. And what I would do is I would go as Cisco or Siska. Either way, well, I would run up and I would look through the doorway and be like, okay, I could see everything in there. And then I would just choose Wilt, and Wilt would run up and fucking kill him.
Yeah, I mean that.
And I never had an issue. The only issues I ever had was when the game actually broke. It was so it was simple. I never actually had to use stealth. Yeah,
I forget. Is it?
there was a couple times where I did.
You said you got up to the third chapter and then skipped.
third or I got to the point where we stole the canisters on the boat and went out. Then we go up the elevator, or if you go up the elevator, that gets broken.
Okay, so
He
you
leaves.
weren't.
I was at 4. Yeah, I think I was at 4.
Were you at the point where Wilt leaves and it's just Siska and Arno?
Yeah.
That it changes the dynamic because then you can't kill people.
Yeah, but you could still run through places. You specifically the one with on that level, you just go up the stairs and run through the whole thing on the upper floor. Yeah, you don't have to worry about anything. If you just go upstairs,
There,
you make
G
it all the way to
codes.
the end.
I guess I played the game correctly. I don't know.
Yeah,
He had a broken version of it.
It was
so
like
take
I
advantage.
was like, oh, I can't kill them this time, and then I was like, oh, there's no guards up here. Oh, there's still no guards up here. Oh my God, there are no guards. And I walked into Mordor.
I waltzed
Yeah, it's-
into Mordor.
It's like
I quapped into Mordor.
from the point where you play as Mole and Siska, I
I
believe.
will love anyone who gets the quap reference.
I get it.
Yeah.
I believe it's them. And you have to steal a ticket to give to I don't remember the dude's name.
Oh, the paper boy.
No, not the guy who forges
Oh no,
the
no,
things.
no. I'm talking about the fucking. I was talking about the guy who clubbed Wilt over the head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're playing as in like the 6th chapter,
Yeah.
he comes back.
Right, and he can not be seen. He like guards don't give a shit about him.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about him.
Until the last.
It's
building.
like I used him to run through the entire thing so I can see everything,
Yeah.
and then I had to sneak through with Siska.
You know what's funny is you say that you did that, and that's what I did, and then I didn't sneak through. I ran through with Siska.
I mean, I guess I could have if I wanted to bullshit it.
Like no,
Like
like
you can know
bullshit
because
it.
if you're at a certain point, like if you make it to there, you just click it. And the
No,
level
that's
ends.
like-
no, like I would leave her at the beginning, and then I would run him through.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And then it was like, oh, okay. And then I would just see the path, and then I would just run that path with her, and it was like,
See, Andrew, you gave me 2 things.
What's up?
You gave me stealth and point and click. Those are 2 games I do not play. I play Dishonored, and I kill everybody I see.
I also didn't
And
like
choke
pick
'em
and
out.
choose your.
No,
ending.
that's
It was
not
it was
killing.
reminiscent of Mass Effect 3.
I want just because I'm curious, what ending?
All 3 of them.
I mean, what ending did you pick?
Oh, the first time I picked.
You end up doing all 3?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
I only did one.
option
so-
1 is you
I know you-
strangle the fuck out of that
and
guy,
you like
Cool.
you crush
and
him.
then you smash his head in with a stone,
that sounds like fun.
and then you go back to Siska, and it's like, all right, cool. And I was like, really hope they don't make a romantic interest here because she's 20 and you're like
And
50.
of course they,
did- they-
do.
They don't.
They didn't.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no. I was saying that though. I was like, I really hope they don't do this,
no,
but they didn't.
yeah.
Um.
See, when I did
and
that,
then-
I felt like I
So here's the thing,
I
though.
disappointed Wilt's character. Like I
No, this is what bums me out about that though. So you choke the guy out, and then he's like, guards, and there's no guards because they can't hear you because we just took the gondola. If you choose option number 2, where you're like, nah, fuck that, and you turn around and leave, he pulls an alarm, and all of a sudden, stormtroopers are running in and they kill you.
Oh, nice. So you didn't tell me the Stormtroopers were in this game.
You know what I mean?
I know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the guards were there in option 2, but they're not there in option 1.
interesting.
And then in option 3 is he hands you a fucking head of one of the.
Oh yeah,
pigeons.
you choose to be on his side, right?
Yeah, and then he gives you a gun to go kill Siska, and it ends there. It doesn't say anything afterwards.
But do you kill her?
It implies you.
It
did.
implies you do.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything. It just ends. Whereas if you go with Siska after strangling the motherfucker, it actually gives you like this nice little credits thing. You see both of them standing in the rain, and it's like
I
the
really
world is
enjoyed
a
that.
shitty place.
Well, of course it is, but it's better when you crush someone's head.
Yeah, I mean, see the reason why, like, I felt like I had to crush him because he's a you can't trust
Because
him.
He's a bad guy.
fucking is talking
Exactly. I
about
felt like he
allowing birds
exactly.
to eat each other.
Exactly. So I feel like honestly, I didn't think the guards were gonna kill me. I thought I would turn around and he would get up and shoot me, right?
Yeah.
And Wilt would just be dead. So when I killed him, and this is I guess the difference between us, because when I killed him and I crushed him with the head, it was like, yeah, Wilt lived, but I also betrayed the person that Siska wants him to be. Because Siska this whole time is
You
trying.
killed like 40 guards in the game.
I mean, optionally they have.
They're optional.
No, but they have
That's
achievements.
his
They have.
ability.
Yeah, but they have achievements to where if you don't kill anybody, you get achievements.
That's
I think they
every
have
stealth game.
I think they have an achievement to kill everyone too, though.
yeah, but that's the point. Like,
Why do you care
No.
about achievements?
the point is,
the
is
game.
like
Change the
when you're
game, though.
playing the entire game, it's all about him redeeming himself and becoming a better human.
Not necessarily. You could choose like okay, they don't have any effect on the game, but you can choose to be a dick the entire time. That's what I did. I was like, I want money. Like there was like points where it was like a moral compass, and it was like, oh, I don't do that, and it was like, yeah, I'll do anything for money.
But you see,
I
So
just
my
think
wilt,
we
my
just-
wilt was a total.
it looks
dick.
like
Mine
you're
wasn't.
you guys are looking at the character as its own standalone thing that you're making him do. Where a good game, you project yourself onto
Right.
the player.
and it
I
didn't feel that
disagree
way.
completely.
Have you played any games?
Yeah, no, like I don't
Like
play
that's what
games
makes it
to
so
project
good.
myself.
I mean, that's how you get attached to it, is because
I
you connect to the character and you're
you can connect
playing.
without
Right, like
putting
how when you're
yourself
playing
on them.
Shepard, it's like
Yeah, but the way you're talking about it is if
Like
like,
a
I'm
game-
just looking at this guy do something.
A game has never okay. So side note, a game has never impacted me more than the ending of the first season of The Walking Dead.
Interesting.
oh, the Telltale one.
Yeah, with Clem and
Interesting.
Lee.
Yeah, interesting. It's
I
not that
couldn't play
bad.
it. I
That
couldn't
game
play
is a
it.
really high
It's-
Metascore.
I
So
know,
just wanna
but
point
I don't
that
care
out.
about
I
Metascore.
ain't
I
into-
care that it's not a good game.
I ain't into quick time.
Objectively,
events.
to you.
Objectively, it's not. I mean, I don't like Walking
Objectively,
Dead.
it's
I
not
don't
a
like
game.
point and clicks. I don't like those
even
kind
if
of
it's even if you
games.
don't consider it a game, if it's just a giant QTE, which it is,
Yeah.
it is a big
I mean,
choose your own
I'll
adventure
say
game.
it's probably a good story, but it's just not.
It's
a game.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's not a game where I get to project myself onto the character like a silent protagonist, like any Final Fantasy. I mean, for the most part,
I don't need
Chrono
that.
Trigger. But that's what makes it so good is when you're a part of the game, when you are the protagonist. So that's how it gets so emotional to you, is
No.
because.
Well, like Uncharted's still fantastic, and
It is.
You don't choose what Drake does.
But
You're
those
playing
are
Nathan
done
Drake.
in ways that are. I mean, a lot of times they give you choice.
See, that's one that's
for
cinematic
dialogue.
and a good game. Is
Yeah, that's true.
Uncharted and
Tomb
is,
Raider.
And The Last of Us. It's like both of those games. It's like you are like watching a lot of
We
stuff.
don't want to
but-
get on the topic of
But then,
Last
like-
of
Oh,
Us.
well.
I agree with you in The Last of Us, but the ending to the season 1 of The Walking Dead, where
Yeah, you have the choice of killing the guy, and
yeah,
Letting
man,
him
that
get
just
in.
it impacted me so much. Like
sorry,
I just grown to
No, I
love
get
these
that.
characters.
I mean, it's like watching Game of Thrones. It's
I
like,
love Game
yeah,
of
it
Thrones.
totally impacts.
So
you
what's
when
No,
you're
I
like
love
reading a
every
good,
part because I
or
don't
like
get
reading a
sad.
good book, you
The
know?
Red Wedding in Game of Thrones is the best thing that I ever saw. It was wonderful.
That's
Watching
just
like,
difference in our
I
personalities.
loved Oberyn,
No,
and
that's my
watching his
point,
head
though,
get
is like-
crushed was beautiful.
Like you can read a good book, and a good book can impact who you are. But it's like I don't. That's the Telltale games to me. They're just not good games. They're good
Yeah.
stories, but they're not good games.
I mean, that just really depends on your definition of a game. People really loved Dear Esther when it came out,
Mm.
and that's like the exact. That's as much of
Well,
a
see,
not of a game as you can be. As
I
Dear
wouldn't
Esther.
call it not a game.
And
Like,
maybe not a game, but you know
it
what
is
I mean?
choose your
Like,
adventure. I know, but
It's like
there aren't too many branching paths or options to make it feel like its own game. You know, it's still going to have the same, relatively same outcome, regardless of what happens throughout the entire story. So you don't have too much control over it. So yeah, it is more like an interactive story.
yeah,
more
it's
than
kind of like a
game.
Goosebumps book rather than a game.
Yeah, or one of those books that tells you like, oh, go to page whatever,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what I
you
mean
read
by
the
the
story.
that's what I mean by the Goosebumps.
Right.
Like there was a lot of them where it's like, if you want to go down path A,
But would
flip to
you wouldn't
page
call that a
3.
game?
No, it's
Call
just-
that a story.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a multi-ended
Yeah,
story.
there's-
Interactive
yeah, but
story.
I don't. It's a game though. Like you're playing it on a controller.
You're
or
pressing
an
a
iPad.
button every
I
once in a
mean,
while.
you're pressing buttons on a controller or a keyboard when you're like playing Necopara, but that ain't a game.
That's a type of game.
It's a visual novel.
It's still a type of game.
No,
Like
that's-
if it's
No,
if
they
other
actually
like
consider it just a visual novel.
Like when I think of a story, like a game that has a story like narrative, like BioShock Infinite is perfect. It has dialogue, the characters interacting. You have the combat situations, but everything is like scripted. Like everything to a T is scripted down to visuals, but it's still a
kindly.
game. Huh?
Yeah. Would you kindly?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of Infinite more
Um,
particularly because that
Infinite's
one's
great,
more of like has the two characters that are
yeah,
interacting the
yeah.
whole time, and it's very cinematic. But
I-
it's still more of a game because
So-
you have full control.
so I guess the reason probably on the reason why we see Wilt so differently is because we just see different things out of a game, and that's fine.
I think a thing is you have to like the protagonist. Like if I don't like the protagonist, if I even aside from trying to project myself onto the character, if I don't like the character, why am I going to play his story? You know?
Everyone was very one-dimensional in the game.
Yeah. And if I'm like not immediately attached to this character,
He
what's the
was
point?
he was the brooding man who had hard times before, and like there was nothing different about him.
But you're like, where'd your hard times come from? Why do I care?
Yeah, it was
They-
like he
they-
was
they
in. The,
explained
they
some of
mentioned
it.
that he was in the war. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and
that he-
Arno was on the opposite side of the war,
Yeah.
and he found him
It's-
and like put a gun to his head.
It just
And
seemed
I
like
guess there was a moment when he cried or something. I'm not exactly sure, and
It's-
then it made him give remorse to Wilt.
if
Mm.
you've like seen like any of those like war films or like read stories like that, it's like you already know who these characters are. Like they're
I
all
get
very
ya.
stereotypical.
I should say, like, I don't think the game is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think there's
I didn't
flaws,
think it
but
was
I do
good, though.
think, like, I think on a spectrum, if
we,
like,
if we were giving it an out of 10 score, I'd probably give it like a 3
see, and I would give it like a 6.
because it was fundamentally
Interesting.
flawed control wise and actual mechanically wise. Because the controls were silly because with the mouse and everything. It was meant for a mobile game. It would make more
I can
sense
tell.
as it was a mobile game because your thumbs can instantly go from the top to the bottom of the screen.
That's Cyril, the guy from Defunct Games, played on PS4. Use a controller.
Yeah, it just seems weird because like to activate the abilities, they're at the bottom of the screen. You had to go like this, and then you have to like.
I mean, you could just use
Right.
your keyboard.
But I mean, it
Yeah, but then
feels
even
like it would
it's-
work
it's
better
wonky.
on.
Sure,
a
I could see
touch.
that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's a fantastic game. I don't think it's a great game. I think it's. I'm not sure if I ever
I
told
thought
you,
it was
but the Uber Crit stuff, 5 is average. I
Oh,
think it was
okay.
above average,
Okay.
and I think 3, if I remember, like 4 is below average. 3 is just bad. 2's garbage.
you give it
1's
a bad.
unplayable.
I would say it's not garbage because it at least had,
It was pretty.
Oh, the music
the
was really
rain
good in
effect.
it, by the way.
yeah,
too.
and it's like the models weren't bad for some small project that
Like,
someone
even-
worked on.
Yeah.
and then
The-
it had
That's why I said visually it's pretty.
but the
Like
audio,
I like
like
watching.
I said, okay, Siska, all her audio was filmed.
Oh, it was horrible.
Recorded in a bathroom. It sounded like,
terrible.
and then their accents, I just couldn't get over it. It was so like.
If you're not gonna have good
See, the
acting, just
only-
put text. Like
The only
Yeah.
voice actor I could see other than Siska, who I thought was like inherently bad, was probably the bartender. In the very beginning, he was very like
What's his name? The guy who sucker punched you. His voice.
Mole.
That was the mole. It was terrible. It was like.
I don't. Maybe it is.
like
maybe I
I-
was just sucked too
like
much
I-
into this world to notice.
Oh my god! Like I almost.
I mean,
wanna,
that's
like,
good.
I want to play. Like
it's good
a
that you
clip
can get sucked
of
into it
him
though.
speaking, just so you can see. It's like, what is he? Like,
What? Where are you from?
That isn't an accent. Like,
Anyways, so this is cool. So we're coming. What is your pick for us to play next week, Connor?
okay, so I was tossing around things. It's something that you and I have played. I don't know if Brandon's played it, and that is Stardust Vanguards.
I have not played it.
So that's cool. It is a game that both Andrew and I very much enjoyed when we first, like, oh my god, it came out of left field. Like, it was a random indie game. It ended up being one of the most fun games we've played.
And I can trust your opinion.
It's no, it's good.
Because-
it's like it's a 16-bit like arena battle game. It's kind of like Bomberman in space with mechs
Interesting.
and like lightsabers and guns.
So it doesn't really have a story, so there's not
It's-
too
There's
much.
zero
No,
story.
It's zero story. There's a single player mode, and it's like wave based. You fight space pirates.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's fantastic. I would love other people to play it. And I was thinking, because we didn't mention this last week, I think it'd be cool, see if people in the chat play the game too. They can always hop in and give their opinion on it next week when
Yeah.
we talk about it. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't think anyone played Calvino Noir,
That's fine.
but
I'm really
if,
excited for my pick.
like,
I'm just
we'll
going to say
open it
that.
up and yeah, just say, let's go for it.
Definitely.
Sounds good. All right. So next week we're gonna do Stardust Vanguards, and there we go.
Yeah.
So right now we're gonna go into our top 5 NES games each. We're going to
Why NES, by the way?
because it was fun.
Just guys, are we gonna work? our
Because
way
it
through?
rules.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
So I figured we
Now
would.
you're
I
playing
figured
with
like we would
power.
do like my 5, your 5, your 5. Talk
Okay.
about it a little bit. We have about 35 minutes left in the show, I believe. So
Okay.
we have some time to go in deeps.
There's
but
probably gonna be some crossovers, definitely. I think.
I-
At least one or two. I mean, we haven't
Okay.
talked about it, so I'm going in blind. I don't know what
okay,
you guys
yeah.
think.
I mean, I can probably guarantee one of my games is on your list, if not like an honorable mention.
And I can think of which one it is, and I'm assuming you have probably my favorite game on the NES.
All right.
We'll
So,
find out.
do you guys have any honorable mentions?
Like not
honorable
top
mention?
five.
Like not quite there.
That wasn't on my top 5
Yeah.
list. Contra.
Contra.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Both of them are fantastic.
I actually need to.
For me,
But I didn't put them on there.
yeah, for me it was like Darkwing Duck.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great game.
Yeah.
That's a great Capcom game. Really fun to play.
Oh yeah, man. The Capcom games are fantastic. And surprisingly, I do have a Capcom game on my list, so a little spoiler, but not one you guys would think. DuckTales didn't quite make the list, which is also
Really?
fantastic.
Interesting.
Yeah, but see, the thing with me is I don't. Part of the the way I made my list is I had to take into account how much time I actually played these games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know Mega
That's what I
Man
did
is
too.
fantastic, and it's a great game, but I don't play it that often, and it's not something that I've ever put a ton of time into.
I have my top 5. I just had
Alright.
to type them out really quick so I can look at them.
Just so you have it. Yeah, that's what I did. I have mine in front of me right now. So.
I'm really curious to see what you guys have.
Do we want to just rifle through top 5
Oh,
each and then
I do have
and
an
then
honorable
discuss?
mention.
Sure.
Sorry.
Well, let five,
Okay.
five, five.
There's
and then-
one that I didn't have on my list, but I just remembered. It's Adventures in the Magic Kingdom.
I have not
Okay.
played
That's a great game.
Thank
Another
you.
Capcom game.
Thank you.
That's based off of the actual Disneyland, going through different
Yeah,
rides, having
yeah.
fun times. Guys, listen.
Oh yeah.
As the old guy, I'll tell you if you did get over or not. Okay?
All right.
There we
'Cause I
go.
probably played every one of them.
I don't
I
know
grew
if
up
you've
with an
played my
NES.
number
That was
5.
my first
man.
console.
I legitimately don't know if you played my number 5.
I bet you I did.
You want to go?
All right,
You want
so-
to go with your 5?
Sure.
first?
My number 5 is Big Nose the Caveman. With-
Yeah, that game sucks.
Of course, man.
That's everything
Uh,
Andrew plays.
Yeah.
Which was,
seriously.
I believe it's a Codemasters game.
It was sold on Home Shopping Network. That's how bad it was.
It was.
That
It was.
that
Wow.
and the egg guy Dizzy or whatever.
Yeah, so it's a platformer. You run around, jump. You have a
Yeah.
club. I just really enjoyed it. I put a ton of time in that game in high school, which is like really weird. But when I was really into emulation and doing stuff like that, I just played that
Pirate.
all the time. Well, the game it wasn't officially a Nintendo release game. It wasn't even supposed to be on Nintendo. Shut up.
Anyway,
So that's my number 5. I understand it's a little bit out of left field, but yeah. All right,
Very very left field, but go ahead, keep going.
Go ahead, Connor.
Oh, okay. So we're just doing okay. So I went with just a classic. It's a game that I try to beat in 6 minutes and whatnot. It's Mario 1, the first Super Mario
Nice.
Brothers. Not Mario Brothers. With the battle. Killing
Yeah.
actual Super Mario Brothers.
this is our number 5 pick, right?
This is number
Our
5.
Yeah.
bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Making sure.
that's what I threw in. Number 5 is original Super Mario Brothers because I play it all
Fair.
the time. Like I've just ran it, and it's good. It's classic.
Nice.
There's a reason it got a sequel.
It's I have many.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
I mean, what's yours, Brandon?
So we already mentioned it, but my number 5 is Ducktales.
Great game.
Played the shit out of that with the bouncy cane.
Yeah. Did you play the remake on PS3 and Xbox?
Can we get a little
I have
DuckTales music?
It's better to play
I-
on NES, honestly.
It's very nostalgic because I
Cat-
actually had it
Cass
growing
really
up.
enjoyed the remake.
There it is.
The remake
Yeah.
was not bad
Moon.
at all. It was not bad. The remake was not bad at all. I just
I
liked the
really
NES
enjoy
version
that
more.
they used the original Scrooge voice actor in the remake.
Yeah, he that.
I've seen clips.
very
Yeah, it
old man,
looks
he did
very
it.
good.
Little
just didn't
side
play it.
note:
He passed away
in the
recently,
original
didn't he?
Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts, did you guys know that Alice was played by the original voice actress?
Yes, I
and
did
she
know
was
that.
like 90
I
something.
don't know that.
Didn't Scrooge? Did he pass away recently?
I don't know.
I think he did, but I'm not sure.
Also, other side note, this totally fucked me up as a kid. Sephiroth is this big badass dude in Kingdom Hearts, and he's voiced by Lance Bass from NSYNC.
Wow.
There you
And
go.
I don't know
Wait,
why.
in Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why that fucked me up so bad, but he's just this he kills you so quick, and I don't know, whatever.
Especially the second time around.
Yeah, I know.
Ugh.
All right, so your number 5 is DuckTales.
I'm gonna have to go with that. Yeah.
Cool, man. All right, so my number 4, and this one is a little bit more well known. It's popular, but it's not. Anyway, it's pro wrestling,
Okay.
which featuring Starman. Super great game. I played that all the time with my dad Billy growing up, and the little campaign where you're just wrestling is super cool. I feel like that laid the foundation for a lot of wrestling games today. Like they had special moves, you could run off the top, submissions, and yeah, man.
He's just gonna play all the songs.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, we
That's
should
super
have.
cool.
We
It's
should have gave him our
it's what
list.
producers do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's my number 4.
My number 4 is DuckTales.
Nice.
Go right on that. There was another honorable mention was Tengen Baseball.
All right.
I didn't put that on the list, but that was another honorable mention that I didn't mention.
I
before
guess
we
my
started the list.
honorable mention would have to also be Super Mario Brothers 3 because that's not on my top 5.
Ooh, that's further ahead in my
Yeah.
list. But yeah, number 4, DuckTales. We already went over DuckTales.
So it's great.
Take it away to number 4.
All right. Mine's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I cannot say that. That's
Which
TMT.
one?
The one that's top down until you go in the sewers. Side
Oh,
scrolling.
The hardest.
I-
Play. It wasn't that hard.
I
broken
love
on
hate
level-
that game,
It's
dude.
broken
No.
on level 4, isn't it? Like there's actually.
I don't remember. I haven't played it since a kid, but I love the shit out of that game.
Yeah, I think
I love
on-
that game till I got to the the purple seaweed that just
There it
shocks
is.
you as
Yeah.
you
He
swim.
knows.
There's a part I believe
knows
it's
what's
level
up.
4, in which you can break the game and not go further. Yeah.
I can't remember, but I gotta try it
You're
again.
like I
I
didn't
love
get
that
to
game.
level 4.
That's where you have to. If you don't kill the right person, the game won't let you advance further, right?
Right,
Interesting.
and you're just stuck, and you have to restart.
But
from the
Bebop,
beginning.
Rocksteady, I love them.
Yeah, man. See, I love being able to switch between turtles. And I
Yeah.
love Donatello, man. He's
He
always
was the
been my
best.
favorite.
Well, he
has
was the
that
best in that
gigantic
game,
stick, and you're
right?
just like, ugh.
You're the
Yeah.
longest reach.
Right? Like,
Because I love
he's
Raphael.
my favorite now. Raphael
Okay.
was my favorite when I was a kid.
Okay, now he's
And he was useless.
He was. That's why I was mad.
He's just like,
I know. Look at my size. Look at my size. It's small.
right? Like, it's hard to be worse than Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Like, if we're just being honest, Michelangelo was... He's not right in the
This
head.
music, though. Bring it back. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so my number 3 is the original Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
like, the one I had, that's going to be the one that's going to be on your guys' list.
It's good.
And pretty much probably universally on everyone's list
Keep
almost.
going.
It's iconic.
Keep
Like,
talking.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I had the version Mario/Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
So I guess
yeah.
if you want to put them
The
together,
pack-ins.
you
Say Duck
can.
Hunt a little faster.
Yeah, what?
Say Duck Hunt a little faster.
Duck Hunt?
Duck Hunt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. Like, everything about the original Mario Brothers is just
That's
perfect.
great.
So, all right.
So my number 3 is it's one that like some people hate it, others love it. I think the theme song overall is something that everyone can agree is. That's Balloon Fight.
Yeah.
I love it. It's one of those like when Balloon Trip, Miguel actually sat with me and I was playing it for like an hour, just solid, like without dying, just doing Balloon Trip, and he wasn't into the game so much when we were actually playing the killing stuff. Oh wait, that's level 1 sound right there. If you want the actual theme song, it's Balloon Trip, the theme from it. That's the
Nice.
song that I had for my ringtone in high school for. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I love that theme song. It just brings joyness and happy everything.
Very cool.
So that's my number 3, Balloon Fight.
I'm gonna get very generic on my top 3 now.
Final Fantasy. No, I
Hey,
don't
you
know.
said it. Final
Oh, did
Fantasy
I
is my number
really?
3. Yeah, Final Fantasy 1.
Fantastic.
I love it. Yeah, only because we didn't get Final Fantasy 3 in America until it came out on the
Yeah.
DS, so I have to say number 1, even though I do like the third one better than the first one.
Hmm.
But 2, not so much. First one though,
Yeah, man, I agree.
perfect.
I didn't play 2.
It's okay. It's okay to skip. I'll just
I
tell
played
you
1.
that.
I played 3 on the DS, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
The thing about the original Final Fantasy, it was like
There it is. The prelude.
it was like it was what was it? It was one of the first RPGs to actually have little animations
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
them fighting, and you're like, they moved.
Wow.
They're
See,
doing
like,
things.
totally different example. Like, I played Ease. There's a review up on the channel. Do you know what Ease is?
Nope.
Hells yeah.
course he
Yeah.
does.
Ease is one of the oldest RPGs, and the system was literally bump into each other. But
Oh,
bump
wow.
into each other right.
Well, it's Ease and Highlight were the 2 games that actually.
Highlight?
Highlight,
Really?
Yeah. Similar system, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Similar
Ease,
system.
Ease is much more well regarded. Also, when did I think that game came out in like
But
the late
none of
70s.
them have
Yeah,
this
the
kind of music.
First Ease, I think, was like 85.
What
But
was,
it was on TurboGrafx, so
I thought it was on the system.
I'll find out.
Thank you.
I got it.
I think it's on the system that came out before the Genesis. What was that? The Mega
The
Drive.
The Mega Drive.
Master Drive.
Is it the
something like
Master?
that.
Oh, I thought it was the Mega Drive, but
But yeah, man. Anyway, Final
Um,
Fantasy is a great game. I
yes.
could never play it as a kid. Like I
Really?
had a copy at home, but I just couldn't. Like I died all the time.
Did you play Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
it's like yeah. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Did you
Interesting.
not buy the sword?
Yeah, yeah, right.
I don't know what it is. Maybe if I go back and play now, it won't be as bad.
It's super
Yeah.
simple.
Oh,
It's,
okay, so I got it off of Wikipedia.
So take it with a grain of salt.
Well, the first Ease was on the X1, which was the PC engine, 8801,
Okay.
released in 87.
Okay.
Then it was on the Master System on 88 and the Famicom at 88, but didn't get over here.
Okay.
And then the last one they had was 89 on DOS over here.
Everyone loves DOS.
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Yes, they
No,
do.
That's
When
my-
you can write the command prompts, you love
yeah,
it.
Yeah, C./.
made
There you go.
Doom sound like floppy drives when you played it.
You don't like that?
So
Right. It's got a little place
It
in my
has
heart.
charm.
It's got charm.
one
yeah,
of
I'll give you
my
that.
favorite games is on DOS growing up. Blood and Magic,
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
the
say
real
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
Blood,
right.
Blood and Magic,
That's
the
on
Dungeons and
DOS.
Dragons
Fallout.
game, so good.
Can't believe the
yeah,
Elder
Fallout
Scrolls
also.
on
Fallout.
DOS.
But yeah, man.
Fallout was on DOS.
It was. You need a
Holy
DOS box to
shit.
play the first 2.
So those are some solid number 3s.
All right.
FYI, you guys are doing pretty good. A lot of black boxes around. I'm okay with this.
All right, cool.
Dose?
Yeah, number 2.
Number
So
2.
this is another one that's coming out of left field. It's a really good game if you've played it. The Little Mermaid from
Yeah.
Capcom.
An
Interesting.
interesting one. It is.
That one I don't.
It's just another one of the
remember.
they made a lot of those Disney license games and
Yeah.
they're really good.
But
one
Aladdin on Super
Nin-
Nintendo.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Super Nintendo one was.
They had
Yeah.
Lion
Better.
King and Hercules.
Yeah, Lion King on the NES, man. I actually, way back when on the Overshield, there's a video of me pseudo speedrunning it and beating it in like 25 minutes. Like, that's not a world record or anything, but
Right.
it's so good. It's like one of the few games that can make underwater. Yeah, I'm listening.
Where's Mass Effect 1? That was not on the NES.
You didn't know Mass Effect started out on the
Mass
NES?
Effect was on the NES. What?
You didn't know it was a reboot?
I mean, Halo's on the 2600.
Yeah, of
it
course,
took like
like, what's that
14
thing?
cartridges to make it happen, but yeah, it is on
Of
NES.
course, right?
Shit.
But yeah,
I
man,
should.
it makes it like you're underwater is so smooth. Like it actually feels good.
That's because it's a game that doesn't have you going on land to underwater.
It's not a water level.
Yeah.
It is a water game.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you have you played this one, man?
Yes, I have. Where you go underground and you get to go swim and pick up shells and other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's really underrated, I feel, and like because there's like everyone loves Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers
yeah.
and Ducktales, all those games.
Tailspin.
Tailspin.
All those Disney licensed games were really good.
Yeah, and I feel like
Even
this
Goof
is-
Troop? I think it
yeah.
was Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, you're right.
Okay.
It's like the one that's kind of gets left behind, and I love it.
Believe
Anyway,
it.
so that's my number 2. What about you, Con Man?
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah!
That's my number 2.
It's a good one.
That's I once.
Is that 2 Mario games on your list, you pleb?
Dude, I love
You
Mario.
pleb.
I have made this known that I love Mario games. Like
They're great
Yeah,
games.
like-
Obviously, they hold up till today.
yeah, like.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there
See?
you go. Fucking Mario Odyssey is like my most hyped game that I saw at E3. Like seriously, like out of all the games there, it was like Mario
But
Mario
Super
Odyssey.
Mario Brothers 3 is an
Super Mario
incredible
Brothers
game.
3 is fantastic. You made like I once swore on a copy of Mario Brothers 3 on something that we were doing before.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was,
It
but
was
you
something.
did.
It was a big deal, and
Yeah,
you swore on
and
it.
I was like, I swear on my copy of Mario Brothers 3, and I was holding it to my heart and everything.
That would be like
So-
me with my original copy of Final Fantasy VII Untouched on the PS1. It's
Is it
beautiful.
a black label?
It's not. But I got it for under $10, so I can't complain. Yeah, I
But
want
it's
to
still
play it.
good.
I'm not going to sell that shit. I'm going to play it.
No, I was just yeah.
I know,
You're
I
right.
get
The
it.
black label you don't want to even open. You're like, that's,
I would.
Do you want to take your bets that Super Mario Brothers 3 is your number 1?
He
It-
just
it
said
might
Super
not
Mario
be.
Brothers
Just put
3
Super
is
Mario Brothers 3
Oh,
twice.
I don't know why.
That was my number
just
2.
all 5 Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, it's just Super Mario Brothers 3.
I know that's what
twice.
you said, but for
I
some reason
almost-
it registered
okay.
as Super Mario Brothers 2.
Mario's missing is number 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I almost put my number 1 as both my number 1 and 2.
There you go.
I'm just going to say.
What is your
Interesting.
number 2?
It's this one was a hard choice. These 2 games should be number 1, but one of them just had to take the lead for certain reasons. But my second one is Mega Man 2.
Great game.
Mega Man 2.
It is. That's that.
Fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
they made the
Gotta run
the
now.
platforming better and all around
The music.
The music's better. The level design is like functional.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Mega Man
Yeah.
2 is the pinnacle of Mega Man.
See?
Yeah.
This man knows.
You know, what's your opinion on Mega Man X?
You know,
First one.
Mega Man X is awesome, but I can't see any better than Mega Man 2.
Thank
Mega Man
you.
2 is
Oh my.
fantastic.
Mega
Jesus
Man 2,
Christ,
Mega
this
Man
man.
2, Mega Man 2 was just the right amount of difficulty
Mhm.
and a little bit of trouble to figure out which way to go. It was a great game. Mega Man X was just balls to the walls hard first,
Yes.
Okay.
but
yeah.
then it got really cool when
I
you
mean-
started to figure out what to do.
It
Yeah.
teaches you, but there are still a lot of parts in the game that are very difficult.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that-
Mega Man 2
I totally
is
see you on that one.
No,
I'm one
no.
of those people who likes that like heavy challenge, so that's why for me X kind of pulls ahead of 2.
I understand. I remember when I was working at a Game Crazy back in the day, we had the Mega Man game.
I love Game Crazy. So much
Nice.
better than
That was-
GameStop,
yeah,
by the way.
yeah, we were.
Yeah.
We had Mega Man for X for the Game Boy, and we'll have people come in, they can pass the first level. So we'd have our guy beat the first level for him and let him go past it, because let me give you the hardest thing I can possibly can, but Mega Man 2, pretty much every stage you can go through if you really wanted to,
I think that's because
without any extra stuff. It was well-rounded, well done. 3 just got really wacky with the dog and shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
keep
and the
to it.
slide.
I mean, it's
And
not
the
bad,
slide
though.
was weird.
Was it-
No, it's not bad. It just got wacky.
Was it X3 that had the cutscenes that interrupted your gameplay every 5 seconds?
No, you're thinking of Mighty Number 9.
No, one of the Mega Man X's, I think it was 3, X3. It was like the world is exploding, and then it's like, all right, now get out of there. And it's
I
like,
know X5
what
did
is
that for
going
sure,
on?
but
Like,
I
it
don't
was
know
on
if it started that
Super
early.
Nintendo.
See, I remember I loved X, right? And this was around the time when GameStop was still selling PS2 games.
Uh-huh.
right? So I went there and I hadn't played anything other than X1. So I saw on the shelf like X7 on PS2.
Oh no! Oh no!
And I
You
bought
played
it.
X7.
And I got it, and
I
I
am
just
so sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
I
no.
returned it very
I'm
quickly.
So sorry.
Or I should say, I had my mom return me to the store. Oh my god!
And say, what is this garbage?
No, like I was so
Fuck this
excited
game.
because they're so good. I had like the Mega Man collection on PS2,
Yeah.
and God, dude,
Like,
how
why?
could you
How could
mess
you-
up
No,
Mega
No,
Man?
after like X, they started like.
Like, I like Mega Man Legends.
Oh
I think it's good.
wow.
Huh.
Mega Man Legends is really popular. You guys know that, right?
Which
Twilight's
one?
really popular
Sorry,
too.
I was listening to music.
I mean, that's fine. Do you like Mega Man Legends, Bernard?
Which one's that one again?
Legend on
It's the
PS1. It's the
3D
3D one. PS1.
No, not at all.
He's
Yeah.
like, no,
Thank
That's
you.
fine.
why would I do that?
No.
to myself?
Personally, I stopped by Mega Man's after 4.
Okay,
Nice.
that's fair.
There's a good man.
I
I mean,
stopped
but also-
around 3 because you had a slide, and I'm like, this is getting weird.
Mega Man 9 on the PS3.
That's
It
different.
was really good.
9 and
When I
10 were
bought it.
developed later.
right.
So
And I was gonna say, those are something.
there's something else because they were
Those,
designed to be a challenge because
that's like
they came
it's like
recently.
it's like, oh, let me give you something hard. Here's this 100 proof whiskey.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then, and then you're like, oh, cool. And then they just fucking hit you with
And
the
then
bottle.
it's
too.
200 per whiskey.
They fucking hit you with the bottle and say, drink the glass off the floor.
Pretty much.
That's how hard 9 and 10 were.
Now I'm just curious because I want to see how weird I am. I really liked Mega Man Battle Network on Game Boy
Yeah,
Advance.
we talked about that before.
That game I didn't play, but I realized how different it was,
It
and
is.
it was kind of cool to have the battles, and you can move around in the battles, like the RPG with a little bit of action
I
on it,
didn't play
right?
that
Yeah.
one, so I don't have no opinion on it.
It's
I've watched things about it, but I haven't played it myself.
it's like it's one of those Game Boy Advance games that's heralded as a really good game, but not quite a classic.
Let me
Like
throw
it would
something at you.
probably make somebody's top 20 Game Boy Advance games like at number 12.
Mega Man 64.
That's the same thing as
That's the same
Legends.
thing as
Okay,
Legends.
That is?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, never mind. I got it mixed up.
It's the same thing except Nintendo had to put 64 in the end
like
because of
everything.
marketing.
The
'Cause of-
Star Fox 64,
Yeah,
Super
but
Mario
it's
64.
on 64 it was even more broken.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could
because it wasn't as
fall through
strong.
the floor.
All right, so our number one.
Number one.
Number one. So my number one pick on the NES, which I'm gonna get some looks. Felix the Cat.
Interesting.
Dude, you're awesome.
Look at
Yeah, that game is so good.
haven't
That's so
played it.
ridiculous. You picked that rare of a fucking game for your first one. I'm proud of you.
That's good.
Like that game is one of the best platformers on the system, and I love the upgrade system. How you grab these, I think they're M's. It's been a while since I've played it, and like now you're a tank,
Yeah.
and now you have a gun or whatever,
yeah.
or you're
Wow.
an airplane.
And gun.
I
yeah,
have
it
to
was,
check this one.
It's
I haven't
crazy
played it.
because it has this upgrade system. It has this whole in-depth character building on the NES.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like, and it's also like he said, it's one of the rarest games. Like, if you go to try to buy it on eBay, good luck.
It's like $400.
Well, here's the
Wow.
problem with it. They released the game 50 years after the cartoon was out.
yeah.
So the target audience wasn't the people who were behind it. It's the people who just want to play different games. But Felix the Cat, legit rare game, fun game to play. Along the same lines of Rockin' Cats. You guys played that one?
No.
50. That's a repro. right
Yeah,
there.
Look for Rockin' Cats if you like. Well,
$200
around the wacky different gameplay styles.
And that's unsealed.
You
That
you
just has
can you
everything.
can get a brand new unsealed copy in box with everything for Felix the Cat for $200.
I can get a Raspberry Pi too, so I'm okay.
Yeah, But yeah, man. That's my number one. Such a great game,
Nice.
honestly.
Now, it's really funny that you're talking about Mario
Oh Jesus,
because my number one
Mario 2.
is Dr. Mario.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know what it is.
Now,
That's why-
here's what's funny. So Dr. Mario, it's something I've played when I was a kid, but it really came into fruition after I got the NES Classic.
I do like this.
And my buddy Miguel and I, we were playing the NES Classic. We played Dr. Mario, and 10 hours was gone.
Wow. I cannot play that game for 10 hours.
We were just chilling and playing and insulting each other, and it was like, what?
Nice.
And then you think that you'd have your fill, but then we played,
Then you have another pill.
we had then you have another fill. We fucking had another big ass session the next week, and like the next week and month or whatever, and we play it pretty often. We haven't played it in a while, but I was like, man, Miguel and I are probably gonna play Dr. Mario in this next month. like a whole bunch.
Crazy.
It grew. It was one of those games that it wasn't a best NES game before NES. You know, it pulled up now.
Yeah.
It's late game.
Well, because they have like Puyo Puyo Tetris, and
Mhm.
Puyo Puyo is very similar
Mm-hmm.
in that style.
That's what I mean, though. It's like it came up as the top NES
Columns
game
is
for
better.
me.
Yeah.
It came up as the top NES game for me later.
Interesting.
Definitely, yeah. It was one of those late bloomers on as far as favorite NES games go. So
Very cool.
looking at it today, yeah.
Interesting. All right, man.
I'm
What's your number
curious-
one?
I'm curious to see if you can guess it, Andrew.
If I could guess it,
Yeah.
is it
It's
is it
not a Mario.
Bloodborne
It's
NES?
the Legend of
Yes.
Zelda: Link's Adventure.
It's the Bloodborne remake on the NES. No,
Man, I'm trying to think. There's
I've talked
like-
about my favorite Nintendo title a lot.
I'm drawing a blank, man.
It's okay. It's Metroid.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's good.
I would say Metroid Fusion, but that's on the Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah.
But that's
the best Metroid.
one of my favorite games of all time too.
Like
is
I
that.
think Fusion's better than Prime.
It's the best
Yeah.
by far. Metroid, but there we go. Hear that?
Mm.
It's good.
I like Super Metroid more than I like Metroid.
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean,
Okay.
that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Metroid blew my mind as a kid. Like having an adventure game like that, like a side scroller where it's like, oh, cool, Mario. No.
No.
Not
No.
Mario. You know, that was something that was unseen, at least to me. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
I
It was
get-
incredible. And a
not-
female bounty hunter, like
Yep.
Boba Fett fan, bounty hunters. That's the way to go. That's why I play Hunter in Destiny.
I feel you, man. You know, not that they're quite the same game, because I know Metroid is kind of like an NES open world game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Right? It like I get a Kid Icarus vibe,
Metroidvania.
and I know I shouldn't. Kid Icarus is fantastic on NES. If you guys have ever played it,
Damn, Skippy.
Mhm.
I have played it.
it's
Mhm.
hard as
It's
fuck.
hard, yeah, but it's fun.
I get you.
I'm glad they put it on the NES.
But
console.
Metroid is Metroid.
Yeah, I
Metroid
know.
is-
And it's not Prime, because I'm not a fan.
I like
of
Prime.
You're not a fan of Prime?
Not a fan of Prime.
I do like Prime, but I feel it's highly overrated.
Extremely.
Yeah.
I don't like the laggy, sluggish movement. And also, it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
feel like Metroid very much.
It's an interesting one. I do like the soundtrack in Prime.
Yeah,
But
excellent music.
I feel like that's
That's also a funny thing about video game music is like, I love the music from Final Fantasy X. I hate Final
You
Fantasy
hate
X.
Final Fantasy X? Yeah,
But you
Suzanne-
love, oddly enough, Final Fantasy X too.
I mean, I don't mind that one. I like it better than the first.
What is it that you like about it more?
I hate Tidus.
Oh, okay.
I always thought it was Titus.
It's Tidus
I always called him
because he's
Titus.
tedious. No,
So is it
They-
actually
they-
Tidus?
No, it's
No.
Tidus.
They call him Titus in the American dub.
That's weird. I never heard.
Yeah,
of
I think I heard Titus in Kingdom Hearts because he's
Yeah.
on the island in the
Right.
first one.
But yeah, I just hate his character. I hate his voice. I just don't like the gameplay at all. I hate the gameplay. Like the rooms they give you are so small, but your character is so big in relation that you can end up walking in a loop trying to like
Yeah,
just
and
get somewhere.
it's very on rails.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Hey, some on Rails games are good, man.
No, but the story
No, they're not
sucks
saying it's
too.
bad, but it's like
It's Final Fantasy. The story's supposed to be good.
I don't mind 10.
Garbage.
It's not my favorite.
Why'd
but
they
I
even
don't-
make
I-
more than one Final Fantasy if it's the
They have
final
like
one?
25.
Final Fantasy X is one of those
Sorry,
games
bad
where I
joke.
always have to argue. I'm like, is it still good? Because I played it when I was in 5th grade.
Right.
So
I mean,
don't
you try to
know.
play Kingdom Hearts now, and it's like, wow, the controllers are kind of broken.
I disagree.
It's very floaty. I played Kingdom Hearts again in high school, and I still find it okay.
Well, that was in high school, but I mean, at least for me, high school was about 10 years ago. So,
I just replayed.
but it
that
came out when I was in
within, like,
elementary
It's
school.
6 years now.
That
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, I replayed it within a year.
But see, on the same console as the PS2, you had Monster Hunter, one of the best third-person action RPGs, and I cannot wait for Worlds on the PS4
Right.
again. But
I-
I've never played a game
I
like
hope
that.
Double Cross comes to the Switch in the US.
They need to switch the combat back to the original Monster Hunter, and then I'll be happy. To have it with an analog stick attack. Like, nothing has been done like that, but it was beautiful. The controls were so much better. And then looking at that still, how it holds up, and then Kingdom Hearts, how it doesn't hold up, you're like, wow, what went wrong?
I mean, I that's literally my favorite game
Yeah.
of all time.
I love
so,
Kingdom Hearts, don't get me wrong.
Like
I
it's
love
like
the
if we ever
shit
did
out of
if we
Kingdom
do like a
Hearts.
top 5 PS2 games, everyone like you'll know my number one.
Do
I know, I can
before
tell you the entire story of Kingdom Hearts. Like, I
Do you
fucking love
agree-
that series.
Do you agree?
but
the
game.
story in Kingdom Hearts 2,
it's wonderful.
I think it's like, what the fuck is like?
I mean, Birth by Sleep is the best. So
Birth by Sleep is
Like
really
some
good.
of the shit that they say in Kingdom Hearts 2 is like that doesn't mean anything.
I will.
hey, you can say the same thing about everything in Dark Souls and Bloodborne, and as long as you do your research, it all makes sense.
Okay.
I will say I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2 in a very long time because the intro is just so
3
long.
hours? It's 3 hours minimum.
Yeah, and like
Oh, yeah.
like I enjoy me some world building. When I first played that game, I was so into it. And then I went back to it maybe 4 or 5 years later trying to play it, and after like an hour of the beginning, I'm
You're
just like,
I give up. I don't want to
this
play as
is
Roxas.
no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, after I played Birth by Sleep and I know who Ven is, I'm like, I don't want to play as Roxas. He's a dumbass.
Copy your save file every time so you can just replay.
That's what
Yeah.
Cassie did.
Roxas. Yeah.
It's a
That's
good
what Cass
idea.
did. She she just has the save right after that point, and anytime she wants to go back and play it, she's like, all right, let's go.
I just keep my level 99 save with my ultimate weapon so I can just jam.
We gotta get his number one.
Yeah, man. What's your favorite NES game?
My favorite NES game?
Yeah.
Oh, easy. River City Ransom.
Nice.
That's the
They
only.
did a remake recently,
They
right?
did, and I was on a Kickstarter for that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice,
Uh,
man.
River City Ransom was the one game me and my homeboy would play like crazy, and those are the guys that made Double Dragon. And in
Mhm.
fact, you can go buy books and beat the shit out of people all day long and collect their money. How much better of a life can you be as a kid playing that game?
I mean, that's why kids play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, we're the good guys, sort of, in River City Ransom. But yeah, that's always been my number one video game to play. Like even when me and my homeboy went to PAX one year, we found a Nintendo to play. Asked to borrow River City Ransom, sat there for 2 hours. They told us to leave, and we said no, we're not done yet. So
That's good.
Leave when I'm good and ready. Thank you.
yeah, stupid enforcers.
Right? Man, it was really cool. That was a really cool segment. We should
was
do
fun.
it. We should do it again with other systems. Or I remember back in the day, I was gonna do a top 10 list with a fellow YouTuber. We were gonna collab, but
How
Is-
many top 10s are there on YouTube?
there's tons. But this was like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But this was like at the height of the Nostalgia Critic,
Oh, okay.
right? So all of his reviews were like half an hour long.
Uh-huh.
And I remember he's like, all right, we're going to do a top 10. And he's like, it's going to be like 45 minutes. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh, fuck.
What am I going to do?
That's so hard, like, to collaborate with someone like that. It didn't ever come through, but we're going to do the top 10 animal platformers on the NES. So, like, where you play as an animal or non-human.
Yeah, I get you.
So
Right?
DuckTales.
Yeah, no, well, that was number 2.
Felix the
Because-
cat, apparently. has
No,
to
it
be
was
number one.
not. It was not. He argued with me for hours. And I was trying. No, DuckTales is number 1. DuckTales is number 1. He goes, no. Oh, God, what is that game? Bucky O'Hare.
Yo, what?
Bucky O'Hare on NES. He argued forever. And, like, the problem is this was at a time when if you look at my reviews on YouTube, they're like, hey, guys, this is a new game. And, yeah, so, like, I didn't know how to formulate an opinion yet. Like, I would just put on in my emulator and I'd play the game and be like, hey, guys, this is Adventures with the 3D World Runner, and it's so good. Right? So I was just like that. So I'm like, I don't know how to articulate it. And this guy... Is that Bucky O'Hare? Okay. Yeah, and he just replied like here is a thesis on every reason why Bucky O'Hare is better than DuckTales. I'm like, oh, okay.
Do your own review. Anyway,
That dude's a douche.
sounds like it.
He's a fantastic reviewer.
Fantastic douche.
He's a
Wait, is he the what's it called?
He
That
can
dude, the
douche you
LJ
hard.
in Defender.
No, he's not the
No.
LJN defender.
Oh, is
'Cause
there anybody?
That dude loves Bucky O'Hare more than life itself too. So
We should get him on here. The LJN
There's
defender.
really-
he's a cool guy,
it
Matt.
Ryan?
Matt, he's really cool. But yeah, have you heard it before? LJ in Defender.
I know
yeah,
what
yeah.
LJN is. I didn't know anybody would defend it
The
in the
guy's
right
name
mind.
is Matt Enzro, and he sits there and
Tries to find the
he-
good
he-
in horrible
he-
games.
Yes, all the time. There's only like 3 of them. He says, "No, this is pure crap." But everything is like, "This is okay. I can sort of handle it." It's like watching somebody get tortured slowly. It's hilarious.
To be fair,
I mean, fair.
bad game that I like a lot, and I know it's bad is the Michael Jackson game on Sega.
Oh,
slash
Hey, that's
Super
not that
Nintendo.
bad though. That
Moonwalker?
isn't that bad.
Yeah, Moonwalker.
Yeah.
That one's fun.
Find the arcade version. That one's really
Fucking
fun.
Just throw
Yeah.
stars everywhere. Yeah.
You like
It's not
dance
it.
moves to kill
It's
someone.
just not like the first level's fun.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah,
That's what makes a good game, right?
yeah, I guess. All right, so we're coming up to the end of the show. Is there anything you guys want to bring attention to?
Bring attention like shoutouts.
Yeah,
Are we
shout
gonna-
outs.
Are we gonna do?
I-
Are we gonna do Sega Genesis next week? So, like we'll go through the Nintendo phase.
Sure. Next week we'll do our top 5 Sega Genesis games each.
Nice.
And then it's Stardust Vanguard.
I already know what my number 1 is.
Don't say it.
Okay.
Vector Man.
Vector Man. Yeah. Anyway,
What else do we want to say?
I'll shout out stuff. So for those of you who don't know, I design t-shirts. So I want to shout out my website to design my t-shirts. So you can pick up my shirts or check them out. A lot of video game stuff, anime related work. My main site is at tpublic.com/user/bcartdesign. Yeah, I've designed all the shirts. I think there's 60 designs for sale. Go check them out.
Cool, man. What about you, Con Man?
You can catch me at Ubercrit on YouTube.
YouTube.com/UbercritHD.
Yeah. And yeah, we have gaming things on there sometimes.
Yeah, every
And,
few months.
Yeah, like biannual.
All right, cool. And you can, of course, catch me on youtube.com/UbercritHD or youtube.com/PWF Empire Live. I do a wrestling-based show on there. Or you can catch us live here at chaoticradio.com. Listen to us on the app or over YouTube Live. Want to say thank you to everybody who was talking to us in the chat. No one called us this week, so
Thank
I'm really
you.
offended.
Oh, they could have. I was just ignoring the thing.
Oh, so real quick, potential guests. I sent out emails. None of these people have ever accepted, but here comes the
You
hype
said
train. But yep, I sent invites to Matt Pat.
Whoa! I would love to have
oh.
Matt Pat, the game theorist. I love his show.
I sent an invite to Aaron /Ego Raptor,
Oh! Yeah, good luck with that one.
the
That'd be
completionist,
beautiful. Oh, that'd be cool, Jared.
Pro Jared.
Yeah, I love Pro Jared.
I love Pro Jared because of his show he did about Game Crazy way back in the day.
Yeah.
And if you saw that, you're automatically on the good side of me for that reason alone.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So anyway,
Let's get Matt Pat. That'd be a lot of fun. I'd
he
love
lives
to
in
have a
LA,
conversation.
so
I know he does.
Oh, if he actually came
Watch
here,
him.
just sitting there, Matt.
yeah, that was the thing. Anyway, so we're
I'd love to be
gonna
Matt Pat.
hopefully we can get some of these people in. If not, cool. And from everybody here at chaoticradio.com, Andrew, Brundon, Conman, and everybody here.
I don't get to pick my name. It's just Brundon.
Yep.
I love your faces, everybody.
We say thank you for listening this week, and we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same bat channel.
Yay!